All right, boys. Let's get started with episode 312, 312 of the Current Gen podcast. I'm here with Kyle and Dan. My name is Tim. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good
Yeah, there's the
evening.
double. You need those guns. You need those. There's a lot of
Need
things,
them
monsters we have to shoot
because
this week.
that's
Yeah,
right.
So,
that's right.
Some
well,
things
a lot of creepy crawlies that are
shambling
coming
around.
at you. A lot of gore happening. We're gonna talk about Resident Evil Requiem and what we think about it in our very few first hours with the game. We are not among the blessed to get it way early and play it for review and finish it and whatever. Like, no, we just play it like a normal person when it releases. And
But we are
we've got some
blessed to be
thoughts.
playing this excellent game because it's
That's
pretty
true.
excellent. So
Yeah,
That is true. One thing we're not going to do this week, and we'll catch back up with it next week. I actually didn't find a whole lot of even like smaller, cool, out of nowhere indie games to highlight this week. I'm not saying there aren't any. I just didn't find any that jumped out to me that were worth creating a separate list for. So we'll catch up on that next week if there's other ones. So we'll just talk about Resident Evil as far as new games. But there is an event happening on Steam that will be wrapping up while most of you are listening to this on Monday, March 2nd. But it is Steam's Next Fest, which they run a few times a year, which usually highlights tons of new games that are coming out. A lot of indie games get a chance to shine, and so many demos, which I know demos aren't everyone's favorite, but sometimes it helps me either scratch something off my wish list or add it on or just kind of maintain the fact that, yep, I was right. This was worthy of my wish list earlier. This
I
is
was
amazing.
correct.
So, yep, exactly. So we'll talk about a few of those as well. And some Pokemon news. We got a Pokemon Presents this week, so we'll go over that a little bit together as well. So, before we get into any of that, though, let's talk about Resident Evil Requiem. By the way, before we get into this game, what our thoughts on this, we'll put up the video from Game Ranks. I like what they do with the before you buy. They do a good job with those videos, and so we'll put that video up while we chat about it. But just wanted to say there are some really excellent catch up on the lore videos out there on YouTube and probably elsewhere that just do a really good job of catching up on what you need to know for this game. If you're just coming into it blind and maybe you don't really follow the Resident Evil games, maybe you've dabbled but haven't played them all, like me. Like I would say I've played 4, 7, and 8. Those are the ones that I would feel really confident in telling you like the story of, and I know what who the characters are. But anything else,
Those
I
are
kind of
rookie
just have
numbers,
an
Tim.
idea. You know,
Those are
I
rookie
know.
numbers. I'm gonna
Like
need
for example,
you.
I know that 1 happens in the mansion. I remember seeing and playing that back in the PS1
Mhm.
days a little bit. I know 2 happens in the police station. Those are the only ones I even like, and I know that 5 and 6 are not usually considered the most favorite, especially 6 by most people.
yeah.
But
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
we
argue
just
people
don't.
are wrong about 5, but that's
I
just
know
me.
that's
I think
what you
5's
guys
I don't
tell
great.
me.
mind 5. I don't
I think
mind
5's
5.
great. I played it through like
That's
4
what you
different
guys tell
times
me.
with 4 different people, and the co-op in
Yeah.
that is just chef's kiss.
But I will say this: going into this game, having watched some of them are like 7 minutes long, some of them are like half an hour or longer of people really recapping a lot of the lore. It just got me so excited. So when this started up, I was so all in, and like names that were popping up and little mentions here. And there's not a lot
Mm.
yet. I know it's going to happen more as you get through the game, but I'm already
Yeah,
like keyed in. And there's a flashback sequence that's really important, of course, to the main character's storyline. And some of the pieces that are there too, I'm like, yep, I'm glad I watched the recap because I have a better understanding of some of the context of what's happening here. That being
sure.
said, you don't have to do that to enjoy this game. I think they do a good job of
Right.
like level setting and a rough idea of who everyone is and what they're trying to do. But man, there's a lot of mystery. Even if you are a Resident Evil fan, I would imagine you guys are still kind of waiting to see like what in the world is going to happen with this thing that they're setting up. So anyway, just wanted to kind of start there. I like the Resident Evil lore. Yes, at times it can be pretty cheesy, and some of the moments are very like comic
It's
booky and
schlocky
on the
for
nose,
sure.
a little
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
schlocky,
schlocky.
but it's
Yeah,
And
still
that's
fun. Like
okay.
the lore overall is like a
it's
fun
purposely.
overall story to track through. I think it's fun. I think it's pretty decent lore. For a horror game has no business with lore that's this in depth with this many characters with this many
Yeah,
cool names. By the way,
Well,
for the
when
characters, they all
when
have
you've been
cool names.
around as long as Resident Evil has been, it makes sense,
Yeah,
especially with them interconnecting them, because it's not like with Silent Hill, for example. It's like there's
yeah.
kind of like a thematic through line of like what those are, right?
yeah. I don't think there's
But
ever
it's not
been
like
like a
they're
direct
connected.
sequel, right? Yeah, I don't. I can't.
Yeah, not
Maybe
that I'm
little like
aware of.
and maybe like little threads or something. But yeah, it's not like a character's
Sure.
like I'm the son of this character or something. Yeah,
Right.
Right.
I've actually never thought about that.
But
Yeah.
yeah, Resident Evil is
Yeah.
very interconnected, so
It sure is. And this one is no different. And as this game starts, one of the things that becomes super clear right out of the gate is how freaking gorgeous this thing is. I feel like The RE
Yeah.
engine is just banging on all cylinders, and
Mhm.
it's just. I feel like we've said this a lot the last couple of years. When a new game comes out, we're like, "This might be the best looking game I've ever played." Okay, never mind. This might be the best looking game I've ever played.
That's how it
This
should
is
be,
on
though,
that
right?
list.
We should be feeling
It
that
should
like
be
every 3
time.
months or so. We should be saying that again. I feel like.
I agree with
they
you.
up the ante.
You're right. Yep. It's been a minute since I've said that, I think, and this is definitely one of those that everything from this sequence here, there's 2 scenes
Yeah.
with 2 different characters where you're kind of out in the rain on the city streets, and
Yeah.
with ray tracing on, how smooth it is, it's just beautiful, man. The reflections off the cars and the puddles on the ground, and it's hard not to get distracted by how good it looks. Then you've got all of a sudden a zombie in your face trying to swing an axe at you.
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful. You just gotta be careful.
Which is insane.
But yeah, guys, I'm loving this so far. I'm not super far into it. I think I've controlled each of the 2 main characters. You've got Grace and Leon, which is no secret, so we're not going to spoil anything here. These are all things that are literally in the game description, not even just in the trailers, but like it's right
they're
there.
on
for you
the
to
cover
see.
art, right? They're both.
It's on the cover. It
Yeah.
even says you have 2 different characters, and so with Grace, it's a first-person,
Yeah.
more of a survival stealth game, and then with Leon, it's more of an arcadey action, more action with some arcadey elements to it, where there's a lot more ammo, a lot more weapons, and a lot more enemies coming at you.
They really want you to
But,
go ham. Yeah, with him for sure.
They want you to go ham. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me what you guys think so far. I know this has been one of those like most anticipated for all 3 of us, but I don't think it was at the top of my list, but it was one of those ones I was excited about and had a feeling as soon as I see the reviews, and if they're as good as I think they're going to be, I'm probably going to buy it. That's exactly what happened. I saw the reviews, watched some videos of it, and I was like, crap, I don't care if it's full price. I got to buy this thing. Like, I just couldn't wait to play it.
Right.
So, and it has not disappointed so far. So far, I'm loving it. So
I couldn't wait to play it so much so that the bastards delayed my physical copy, so
This
I bought
is
it
the real
again.
news. This is the real news right here.
Dan's bought it twice already.
Dan bought it
Purchased it
twice
2 times.
just so he could play it. And I respect
Yeah.
that. I respect that.
Me too.
And I still don't have my physical
Hustle.
copy. It was supposed to get here today. And it
Oh,
didn't,
see? So even if you wanted to wait, you're like, I'll just wait till Saturday. You would have been so mad. Oh, man.
I'm still
By the way,
mad.
how many
I
of you
think
got hit by that
absurd.
chainsaw on the floor as it spun around?
Oh,
Did you
yeah,
guys get hit
because
by
I
that?
wasn't
I was like,
expecting
I'm going
that.
to pick it up. Yeah, I'm going to pick it up. And it starts slicing me. And I'm like, ah!
This
Once
small-
once it stops moving, you
Yeah.
can pick it up, which is great.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that scene was so cool because I wasn't expecting for it to like actually be spinning like that, and then they're walking into
Right.
the chainsaw and they're getting like
I
chopped up.
killed one of them and they held onto the chainsaw and it zipped forward towards me and it almost hit me. And I just walked up the stairs
Oh.
just in time before it.
Guys, I died
So-
3 times in that sequence, and it's an easy sequence, but I died 3
Yeah.
times in it.
I died once. Yeah.
And the main reason was because I was trying to parry it. That's when it teaches you this is how you can parry. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this from RE4 with Leon, especially. Like, and I timed it wrong and got sliced right down the middle. Actually, it got sliced
Sure.
horizontally, and the guy picked up
Yeah.
the top half of my body and started eating it, and my legs fell down. Like, I was like, okay, they're gonna show you die horribly. Got it.
There's
Like,
some
several
cool death
times.
sequences. Yeah.
There's some really cool death sequences for sure. And then the other time I died was when I had the chainsaw, and I guess I stabbed one of the zombies in the back with it, and I let go of it, I guess. So it's still poking out the front of him. So I'm thinking he's dead, and I turn to like fight another one. He's not dead. He runs up to me and grabs me and pulls me onto him, and the chainsaw goes through me while it's sticking out in front of him.
That's what I'm talking
There's
about.
little details. Honestly, there's little things like that throughout this game. Like, a couple times when I have died, and I've actually like read the little like there's just like kind of little things that tells you that you can do in the game. Like, there's these zombies because they're like more intelligent in this one, which is also horrifying. So
They maintain a little bit of their personality. It seems like they're talking about
because they're
like the
rules
OCD-ness of turning off the
lights
lights in this
on.
sequence
Yeah.
right here.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
literally I was going to mention him because on one of the things it talked about like turning the lights on and off to like lure them. Like, if you don't want to waste ammo, you can like lure him away by turning the lights off down the hall to kind of bring him towards you and stuff like that.
I'm
Right.
glad you brought that up because I've been stressing so much about resources in this game.
Right.
And, like, if you run out of resources, there are ways to get around Metal Gear Solid style.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah.
having to like fight a bunch of people. And I went through an entire wing of a place with no ammo, and like I don't want to say it was effortless, but like look, you can
It's
stalk
stressful.
behind them pretty
Yeah.
well and run past them if you want to, not want to, waste any ammo. And I never have these
Yeah.
makeshift. I never have anything, and I've never have makeshift like knives or anything like that. I'm just
Mhm,
always unequipped, and that's half my fault. I just want to make that loud and clear. Like, there's a lot of
Sure,
me going,
sure.
whoops, I missed 3 shots because I'm freaking out while shooting, or
Right,
whoops, I
right.
accidentally missed the parry and got hit, so I have to use a healing item now. So I'm not
Yep.
blaming the game. I'm definitely blaming my own stupidity. But boy, this game really pinches you in the resources department, and I
Yes, it
love
does.
that. I don't
Especially
know.
as
I
Grace.
really love that.
As
Yeah,
Grace, especially, right?
specifically as Grace. Yeah,
Specifically,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the first
Um,
time you have the ability to sneak around as her, and you're given a weapon that has one bullet. At least that's what
Yeah,
I was given. I
rude.
don't know if it's true of everybody
I was
else, but I
so
had a
mad
weapon at
about
first,
that.
and I was
yeah.
like, okay.
I was like,
So
Leon, or whatever. I don't want to get into it, but it's just like, why give someone a weapon like this?
Right.
It's just
One bullet
a
is better
rude
than no
thing. Yeah.
bullets.
No,
One
it's
I know,
bullet
not.
but
is
it was a
better
weird
than
choice. Here, take the biggest,
no,
most
it's not.
powerful one, and it's
It's
got one
rude.
bullet.
If I were Grace, I'd have been like, I'm gonna kill somebody.
Yeah.
This
You
is
just
insane.
use it on Leon. You're like, well, it's got one
Or
bullet. See you later, Leon.
probably use it on
Maybe it was one of those
myself.
really dark things where he was expecting her to use it on
Yeah.
herself. Like,
Yeah,
just
right. Kill
Sure,
yourself.
sure,
Yeah.
sure,
In
sure,
fact,
yeah.
in this situation, I'm out, dude. I'm not going through any
Yeah.
of this that she's going through. I'm
Same.
not going through any of it.
Same.
So
But to get more in depth with Grace, so Grace is a new character, like completely new.
Yes.
She's new to the series.
yeah, but
and-
a daughter to a character who is in Resident Evil Outbreak, which
Yes.
is my favorite
Yes.
Resident Evil of all time, and
Oh,
one
wow.
that a lot of people didn't play because it's an all co-op kind of online. It was like one of the first online PS2 games.
On
Not one of the
PS2.
first, but like in that first like wave of like first couple years of online games. And I'm telling you, I put more time into that game than most games ever. We would have Friday night LAN parties and play Outbreak 1 and then 2 when it came out until dawn. I mean, every single Friday. My saint of a mother would let like 4 crazy kids, take up 2 different rooms, and we would do split screen on 2 different TVs and
That's
play this game.
awesome.
I'm telling you, man, it was some of the best memories I've ever had in my life. And to take the character that I played as, because you needed a lock picking lady to get through these levels because there were so many locked doors, like suddenly, like she's like, I don't know, you're playing the daughter of this character no one's heard of. It's just cool for me. It's one of those things where I'm just like, sometimes I think the universe is built around the things that I want. Because who would make who would do this? Who would just pluck a random character and be like, you're gonna be you're going to be a descendant of that character. It's just so random.
But to harken back to what we were saying earlier, like about like how interconnected, like they literally took a character from Outbreak and was like, oh, and she has a daughter, and like this is all incredibly important. Like this is a very integral.
They're both very important,
character.
right?
Yeah, they're both
right.
Yeah, and you're playing the daughter, which again is an FBI agent. She's she's like an analyst, right?
As well, kind of. But like she was kind of like break a story, or she was like a whistleblower or something like that, like an Outbreak. But I think she was a reporter of some sort.
I meant Grace is like an FBI analyst.
Grace is an FBI analyst. And she, I like you. She even has like lockpicking skills and stuff like that. And I think you even get like a trophy, like mother, like daughter, whenever you, unlock like your first like thing or whatever. And I'm just like, that's so cool. Just little nods like that. Like I just don't know who that's for, other than me and the 5 people who played Resident Evil Outbreak. So, hats off to Capcom for just going to the vault.
I love it. Yep. They've done a great
job. But
it's
cool. It's cool to have the new character because it plays into like what they wanted to do with this one, which is like the very like opposite sort of thing of like she's like very green, right? She's like, this is the first time she's ever been in a situation like this, and
she's terrified.
She's terrified,
and she's lived through some kind of trauma already, so there's already like triggers for her and stuff like that.
So she's she's triggering all this trauma while also facing things like this monster that you saw that's stalking you in these opening sections of this hallway that you're in, and she's got to deal with that all at the same time. Yeah, that thing freaked me out.
Just to point out real quick,
this game stressed me out, dude. I'm telling you. Sorry, Dan. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna point out real quick, like it's actually kind of like funny, but like in a effed up way. Because I mean, it's a video game and it's the story, but like her boss, director, whatever he was, is like, so like, I know your mom, like,
right,
etc. But like, can you like go there? Can you do me the solid? It's like, dude, like what? Like what?
I think there's
kind of weird.
think there's some like fishiness going on there. I think like we're
okay.
gonna find out that like Umbrella
Perhaps.
hired him to like
Perhaps.
send her or something. It's all
Sure.
connected,
That would make
baby.
more
You know?
sense than
Probably.
him just doing it
Probably.
off the cuff. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Because why send her, especially if she's, you know, like she seems so
Right.
integral to some sort of plan, obviously,
Yeah.
that you learn pretty quickly. So,
Yeah.
oh, these
By the
screaming
way, this
witch
screaming
ladies.
banshee is the worst
Ugh.
because she also wakes up any zombies that you haven't totally finished off. They all stand
And
up when
she,
she
yeah,
screams.
I found that out pretty
Yeah,
pretty
which is
in
great.
this section right here when I was coming back to loot some areas, and she's horrifying. You can hear her singing through walls, so you don't exactly know where
Yeah.
she
And
is.
like and cackling. She's like laughing
Oh,
and
Yeah.
the
like
sound
singing.
design in
And...
this game is, I'm telling you, might be the best sound design of any game I've ever
So
played. I have a pretty nice
sound
surround
design
sound
very
system at
important.
home, and I've never been so like looking
Yeah.
around like what the hell is it, like just the house
It's probably
creaking, and
contributing
I'm
to
just
your
like,
screaming.
well, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of me screaming out loud and yelping. This game creeps me out, dude. I'm like all aboard this game. And I was telling
Yeah.
Dan in the comment in our little sidebar, I was like, dude, I'm falling for every gimmick too. Oh, like
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
thing
yeah.
falls off the wall or something. You know,
Yeah.
if something
Sure.
falls from the ceiling, and I'm like, oh, you know, every time I'm just like, God, this is stupid. Usually this stuff doesn't get me
Yep.
in movies and stuff like that, but the video game magic, just when you're driving, suddenly everything just becomes like this clenching, horrible ride that I'm electing to be on. And I love
mean,
it.
even this opening sequence when you're just walking through the alleyway and this bird flies out of the trash can, if I jumped a little
Yeah.
bit right then. I was like, I'm in
Yeah.
trouble. I'm in big trouble.
Yeah, I me too. That's
Well,
man,
the jump scares
I'm
are so
cooked.
abrupt. Like
Yeah,
it's not
they
are.
like there's a lot of the moments that have gotten me are like I'm just not expecting, like I'm expecting jump scares, but like there's a certain creature that like comes out of like the corner. I don't know if you guys gotten to that part yet, but there's like a big creature that comes out. It happened so fast that I
Is that the wristband
I just
part?
wasn't
When you get the
expecting it.
wristband? I'm trying to be vague. Is that when you get the
Maybe
wristband
I
up the ground?
forget if it is the wristband or not, but I mean it happens a few times. But yeah, it's just the
There's a
jump
lot of
scares are so
there's
like
a lot of
abrupt.
Mr. X or whatever that like
Yeah.
you know
Yes,
stalker
yeah.
like characters, Resident Evil 7 dad like characters in this game.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's so funny because I don't like that in other games. I don't like, you know, like escape room style, like creepy stalker, like, but you know, I don't like games like that, like Amnesia and some of the other ones I can't think of the names of right now. But like I don't know, it's worked in 7 for me. It worked in the parts of 8, you know, especially in the dollhouse parts in 8, and it's
known for that. I
working
mean,
better than
since
ever for me
Nemesis
in this
and
one.
Mr. X.
Oh my gosh, the
It's
freaking
true, yeah.
dollhouse.
Nemesis, yeah, you should hats off to the OG for sure. And I this part, being able to hide, like we were talking about earlier, like you're hiding from this thing just under some rubble. There's just a lot of like, as long as I can't see it, it can't see me type of like psychology going on, you know, where I'm just if I don't turn and look, it won't get me. And sometimes that works
Well, it's
out.
all because you had to get a screwdriver out of a toolbox that's out of reach. So you move the cart over there, and everything's falling off the cart, and she's trying to stop it. You know, and it's just
she's like, oh shit.
And then the thing looks through the window, like
little creaks in the ground alert people, like if you're running, you know, like there's all these little things where it's just like me being a clumsy dummy, like just it seals my own fate. And it's classic horror movie stuff, dude. Like it's I don't know, it's masterclass in developing tension and scares. And I don't know, and not in a way where it's just like it's not fun. Like every time it gets me, I'm like so thrilled about it. I'm like, oh man,
Well,
they got me.
And
They got me so good on
makes
that one.
sense for Grace because again, she's so new to all of this, and she's already just kind of like she seems like an awkward person, but also because of the trauma
like
that she's gone
weirdo,
through. Yeah, she's very introverted.
She is. Can we just pause real quick? She's so likable though. Like, yes, she's kind of like she's not a hero like Leon.
Yes,
but she is likable even from the beginning when she's kind of stuttering with her boss and kind of nervous and looking down. Like, you instantly, it's awkward and sort of awkward and like that's the word. It's endearing. It's one of those things where as soon as she starts talking, like, oh man, I hope nothing bad happens to this sweet innocent soul, you know. And of course, she proceeds to go through like the worst things in life. But
right, like stuff like this. Every time I screw up, I'm like, I did this to you. I'm sorry. Like I do feel protective.
I honestly,
of her and stuff, so.
I'm already gonna call it like if the voice actress that plays her isn't like a contender for Game of the Year voice acting, because like especially the scene and the flashback the very
The
end.
flashback, dude.
I'm trying not to be
Yeah.
specific, but
Right.
the effort that she put in that
Heartbreaking.
moment, I was like, oh my god, like this is
Right.
genuinely like this is like a real moment. Like this just
going
happened to
for
her
it,
in
for
real
sure.
life. Like, so like, yeah, kudos to whoever I don't actually know who the voice actress is, but she's
I'm looking it up
doing a
now because when
phenomenal
I
job.
looked, they didn't have a lot of them listed. Okay, it's Angela Sant'Albano.
Okay,
Yeah.
don't
Maybe
know
doing
who
the
that
scene or
is.
something.
Actress. She's a British, American, Italian actress
Okay,
who I don't think has done a lot of voice work. She's Angela
Sant'Albano.
Ashton is how she is sometimes credited, it says.
Well, it seems like she's been in movies too, so she's not
Yeah, it
just
looks like
voice
she's
acting.
done a lot of like on-screen acting. Not a lot of voice stuff that I can see.
Okay. Well, I mean, she's doing a great job.
She's
She's
fantastic.
She's killing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't look
and
like she's
she
had
has
many significant roles. This looks like this might be actually one of her biggest
I mean,
roles.
good for her. Yeah, this was
Yeah.
a good one to nab.
Hopefully she gets more roles now, so.
Yeah, it's very, very good. And I love the counterbalance with her and Leon. Of course, if you're watching this video
Yes.
that we're watching from Game Ranks, you can see the pivot between the default is first person for Grace as you're doing more survival horror stuff and stealth.
Which you can flip
and
flop,
then-
but that's what they recommend.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I was going to say was that this is the default. 'Cause I actually think this is the better way to start. But then as you saw in some other clips, we saw Grace in third person because you can switch those. You know, you can do either one in either viewpoint that you like.
Yeah.
But,
and I get it. Like, there are some really cool things in third person when you're Grace that you won't ever see when you're in first person. Like, she does when she's running kind of like stumble and like her arms will kind of flail and stuff like that. So it's like, it's just stuff that you wouldn't see like in first person, but they animated in third person. So it's third person wasn't an afterthought. You know what I mean? It was, you know, everything was built around kind of both perspectives. I will say, the run speed in this game for Grace is criminal.
Horrible. So
absolutely
annoying.
She's too terrified.
I can't even I don't even realize I'm running half the time. Like
me too. I keep clicking it.
I'm like, no, you're already. This is top speed, baby. This is what we're getting.
Yeah.
So
you know what the speed is? It's the speed of when you're in public but need to get to a bathroom, so you're trying to quick walk to the bathroom. Like that's the speed that she's running.
But still, like, kind of
maintain
maintain some cool. Yeah, for sure.
You're maintaining something cool. You want to look like you're walking, but you're moving quick because you better get there quick. You know what I mean? That's the speed.
And like in this situation, I'm like sprinting like I'm Usain Bolt. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Grace,
not like
knees
casually.
up a little bit. You know, lift those knees up. Get
come
some
on,
speed
man.
going,
Get that form going here.
Maybe she doesn't work on her cardio enough, so she needs to conserve
energy. You know what?
energy,
This is a good time to start figuring that out, Dan. This situation right here. Great time to start figuring that out. But
she's not a grizzled vet.
They did a good job because I think they do set her up as like an analyst or something like that. So like when you start kind of getting into like some of the meta mechanics of like analyzing blood and that's how your crafting works and stuff like that, it just kind of makes sense, you know, especially because like sometimes your character is like a nobody, like Nathan or whatever his name was from like the last game. Was that his name? I can't remember.
Ethan Winters.
Ethan Winters.
Yeah.
Like it's like, how do you know how to do all this stuff or whatever, you know? It just sometimes it doesn't make sense because you're just like some dude's boyfriend, right? Like that's or some gal's boyfriend. You're just some guy, you know. Like
you're just a dude.
I don't think you're anybody special, you know. But in
but
this one it does make sense that she has all this stuff.
It's cool. Like it's weird.
I love that.
Yeah. It doesn't like even really make.
You have to. It's ludonarrative dissonance. You have to like, you know, how does blood make bullets? Don't worry about it. You know, like
video
games. Kind of buying into this like weird video game logic. So, but I like that like they.
I want to talk about this real quick. This instant kill thing that you can get. You can craft these. I freaking love this, where it like overloads them and it just like they literally explode.
This is so cool.
Like
this is very cool.
There's a couple ways that you can instantly kill them. You can sneak up on you can stab them you stab in their neck and then it injects and then they just boof. Yeah.
You can parry them too and then press the attack and boop.
Yes.
Pop them as well.
Well, because like this go around, like so because we're back to zombies, right? We're back to
which is cool.
You know, lore wise, there's a reason.
That's running, by the way, right there. That little turn, she's running.
Oh, I think you have to. I think it turned off.
You have to flip to.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me pull this back.
There we go.
This is her. So she comes out here, she spots the bad guy in the hallway, and then she turns and runs. Here's running.
That's running. Oh, you can't tell. I promise you, she's running right now, though. Yeah.
I mean, it's
also this guy with the cleaver can suck it. Like, there's just a lot of sections here that will just live kind of rent free in my head for a while.
But like back to like where when we were saying how they're speaking, right? They're kind of like yelling, zombie
Yeah.
yelling, but like still muttering
Oh
words
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's like they're like these like sort of leveled up zombies. So like
Yeah.
they don't fully die. Like
Yeah.
sometimes they'll, eventually, like if you go back to an area and one
I
that you
did go
shot
back to an area and I got
dead, quote
jumped by
unquote.
a lady
Yeah,
zombie. And like that
yeah,
felt very Resident Evil 1 to me. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
just like that felt like, because like there is a permanence to it. Like if you kill zombies in an area, like that area is kind of soft locked now. You know what I mean? Like maybe something happens later in
Hmm.
the game where more like pop up, but like every zombie's kind of accounted for. You come back to like a dinner area, like a dining room area where they were all like kind of feasting on the
Hmm.
dining room table, and then later they're all kind of spread about that wing. But it's the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
amount of
yeah,
zombies. Like they didn't. New ones didn't like zone or phase in. It just like it feels like everyone's accounted for. There's probably a locked number of people that worked at this facility, and that's the amount of zombies you're probably going to run into. I like that a lot. I like feeling, and like
yeah,
that's very Resident Evil 1 and 2 as well, where it's just like this area feels cleared now. I know I can kind of run through it without worrying too much about it. Maybe I
yeah,
leave one zombie in that area because he's easy to juke and I don't need to waste the ammo on him. I just like that, like, I don't know, that kind of taxing, like, do I shoot? Do I evade? Do I do this? Do I do
yeah.
that?
But
And
also the
knowing that an
insta kill
area is,
thing. That's why that's useful.
yep,
Mhm.
Also,
yep,
Yep.
absolutely, yeah.
um,
You don't have to worry about,
especially
because
with the
again, like you said, like every once in a while you'll get feel a little too safe, and then one pops back up, and you're like, "Well, I thought they were all dead in this
Yeah.
area," you know. But it's just,
Yeah.
it's
or
cool.
useful
I
for
mean,
the ones with the I don't know if you guys have seen, because I don't want to say too much because I don't know how far you guys are, but there's the
this
ones
was
that
in promotional stuff. The new
the
Crimson Head guys.
okay, yeah, so the pimple dudes, the pimple headed
Yeah,
dudes.
I haven't ran
Only
into
It's
any
I
good
of
for
them
haven't
yet,
seen him.
but
those.
I haven't gotten there yet, but I know what you're talking about from the
Okay.
trailers and
yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
same, yeah,
It's good to use on those because apparently if they explode near some zombies, they infect them with that heightened whatever, and then they become
hate
pimples.
this. This sounds horrible. Hate
So
this so much.
yeah, it's good to like instant if you can insta kill it, sneak up behind them,
Yeah,
instant kill the pimple headed ones, and then you don't have to worry about it infecting the other zombies
Yeah. I mean,
with its
acne is
pimple
contagious.
juices.
You know what I mean?
it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Acne is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Dang. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm absolutely loving, by the way, the balance between the stealth versus action. I like both elements in these games. 7 I felt like was so stealth oriented. Of course, later in the game it becomes more actiony, but I loved stealthing around the house and the fear of
yeah,
hiding from the family members. And then 8, at least the way I played it, became much more actiony much more quickly for me because I
yeah.
started
It
using
did.
the
Yeah, it
shotgun. I
was
feel like I
a
got
good
tons of
mixture of
ammo.
both.
It was a good
Yeah,
mixture of both, but I leaned much more action when I could play it. And then, of
Yeah.
course, playing the
same
remake of
here.
4 was just so fun to be just awesomely on Kennedy, just roundhouse kicking everything. So you get a little bit of all those things that I love from those 3 games
Yeah,
mixed in here. And I just think it's done really, really well. If you are a fan of horror or zombie genre at all, even if you've never played Resident Evil, I highly recommend playing this. Even if you do just watch a little kind of like what to know before you play the game, every channel has them. Big channels like IGN down to like smaller streamers have put together a little, here's what to know about Resident Evil before
yeah,
you play Requiem. And just do a quick catch up video and jump right in. It's so fun. But by the way, the other games go on sale so cheap, they're absolutely worth playing. Like the
Yeah.
remake of 2 and 3 and 4 are all pretty
yeah.
amazing. 7 and 8
Hmm.
still hold up wonderfully, even though they're, what is 7 now? Like 8 years old? Is it? Something like
That's
that?
just
Maybe not
crazy to
quite that
me.
old.
Yeah,
But anyway,
Um,
all that to say is absolutely worth it. It's the highest production value. And maybe it grosses you out. That's totally fair. It's certainly very gory. It's not going to be for
Pretty
everybody.
gross.
horrifically gory. Yeah,
yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
gross.
it's very, very
the
gory.
cutscene where some
There's very
lady
creepy
bites off
moments
some
there.
dude's nose and face. Like that's like at the very
Right
beginning of
at
the
the
game.
beginning.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what the
She's
hell?
like
That's
sucking face with
not
them,
your,
and then
that's not your starting. Yeah, like
Yeah.
crazy. You know?
Yeah.
Also, if you get caught twice by that big creepy mama who was stalking Grace down the hallway, she'll bite her head right off,
Sure.
and you have to watch.
Oh
it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Oh
it's not
yeah,
nice.
no.
Absolutely.
That sequence is just so it's so nerve wracking. Like I just
I
love.
But
Boy,
it's
I
fun.
tell you,
It's just fun.
it's such a good
Yeah,
time.
it's
I
just
wouldn't have
fun.
it any other way, man.
I know.
Just a lot of me like pausing it and like walking off in some anxiety before I come back and play it a little more. It's a good time,
Mhm.
man. I really love it.
Pulling out the Switch to play
I just
something Mario related.
Yeah, yeah. I need a palate cleanser real
Mhm.
quick.
I just want to throw out too though, because I don't know how far back you go with Resident Evil, Kyle.
All the way.
But,
I played every single one and beaten every single
okay.
one,
All the
except
way
for some of the
back.
spin-offs.
All the way
Yeah,
Sure.
except for some of the spin-offs.
Because I started or technically I had played 1 at a friend's house, but I started with 2. Like that was actually the first PS1 game I
Oh,
ever owned, was
interesting.
Resident Evil 2. And this game to me feels very 1, 2, and 3 because it's like it has like the
Yeah.
city setting. It's like hospital, kind of mansion-y hospital setting.
Oh, no, I mean,
and
this
the
is
back and forth.
absolutely the police station, you know, also,
Yeah.
because the layout's like East and West Wing and stuff like that,
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
centralized safe lobby
Yes,
area. Like
yes.
that's very harkens back to
Yes.
the design of 2. But yeah, all my friends were like schlocky, like horror guys. So like if you remember in the first game, there was all those like really bad live action, horribly
Oh
like
yeah.
acted.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like that was how I got into it. Was all my friends like, dude, you have to
Right.
check out this game. It's the dumbest thing in the entire world. And I'm like, I'm in.
Those cutscenes were
load
really
it up.
dumb.
Yeah, we watch it. It's awful. But also you start like breaking into this like really interesting and complex like horror game that you don't even realize when you're playing it at the time. This is starting a whole genre. Like this is the beginning of something that will be replicated until today. Like still, you know. But even then, like all my friends, we kind of knew that we were playing something like really ahead of its time and groundbreaking and stuff like that. Despite the entry of us being in that being these like dumb live action, horribly acted like cutscenes. Yeah, I mean, just I love this series. I have such a tangential tie to it in a way that like you know, every time a new one will come out, I'll play it. These games stress me the hell out though, so it's like I can play them maybe 2 hours max, and like even 4, like I'm like, all right, I gotta take a break. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm just like, there's something about like just playing.
I must be just numb to it all, Kyle. I just keep going. I just keep going.
Hey man, more power to you, man. But yeah, I end up getting through all of these. But yeah, I have a buddy who's like already beaten this game already. He's like, yeah, I played it in like two sittings, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, I bet you're a wreck right now. You know, like, I bet you're just like mentally just completely exhausted.
Sure.
But yeah, I absolutely love this series, and again, I even played all those like dumb but really good like Wii shooters. I don't know if y'all played those back in the day, like the light gun.
I never played those. The only like spin-offs I did was like Revelations 1 and 2.
I played 1 but not 2. Yeah. I like those. Yeah, I like those a lot.
Yeah, those ones, because those felt kind of like regular Resident Evil-ish. Because 2 was like episodic, but then they did combine the whole thing, so like it wasn't too bad.
Remember those days? Everything was episodic. Good times.
I don't want to remember those days.
Not good times.
Yeah. But I do love that this harkens, like you're saying, like to the roots of the series, because like again, the sort of like the back and forth juxtaposition between the two characters, like switching back and forth, like you're not choosing a path, like say Resident Evil 2. You're not choosing Claire or Leon, or in this case Grace and Leon, but like the back and forth is, and how interconnected it is, because it's like you're playing the Grace section and then Leon's
the
is
dance of it
right
too,
there.
of being like I'm kind of at my limit of like, especially at the beginning where it switches a lot more. It gets to a point in the game where like you're not switching that much, you know what I mean? Like you're really locked in with a character for a while. But at the beginning, like as the game is introducing itself to you, and maybe like you're really stressed out during one sequence, and then you get that levity from like playing as Leon, being like, oh yeah, it's not so bad. These guys aren't so bad. Then you switch back to Claire, and you're like, it's awful. I'm not equipped for this. You know, I just love that. Like the game is really playing with you, but it's also easing you into it without like overwhelming you with, you know, how Grace plays or the limitations of Grace, which again, I think are masterful. I think like just the pacing of it all is just
one thing that came to mind too, as you guys were talking about these zombies being a little smarter or elevated, I guess at least the early sequences in that mansion as you're trying to escape with Grace, and you're trying to avoid catching too much attention, because what do you have, like 3 bullets maybe? You find some more as you go along, and there's more to unlock, but still a couple misses, which by the way I miss. I go for headshots every time and I miss, and I'm like, crap, there goes like, oh, I'm so annoyed. But anyway,
it's a horrible feeling.
I know it can be really frustrating, but yeah, anyway, as I'm playing through that, it reminds me that zombies remind me a little bit of BioShock enemies, when they're kind of talking to themselves, looking at the wall, like they're repeating things, like
parallel.
Kind of like from their normal life, you know, before everything happened. Especially that, like, remember that classic BioShock sequence when you see the shadow of the mom leaning over the baby carriage, like as you come around that first corner. It's like early in the first BioShock game. that's burned in my brain forever. Like it was so well done, it's so beautifully shot with the shadow and everything, and so terrifying. It was all creepy, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, some of this reminds me of that. Whether it's the lady who keeps trying to clean the blood off everything, she's insane.
yeah.
She has glass like
Yeah.
all in her face.
Yeah,
She's
So
horrifying.
yeah.
Because
So
you
anyway.
see the glass like mirror that she shattered in the bathroom,
Right.
like you see it
Yeah,
all
yeah.
bloodied
And
up.
she keeps
shit.
trying
It
to
is
clean it.
interesting that again, there's like that quick environmental storytelling of being like these were just like
Yeah.
people who worked here, you know, and like
Right.
there's
Yeah.
they all had a job, and they all had a thing that they were doing, and they're all kind of trying to still do what they were doing
Yep.
until they see you, and then you know, things
Yeah,
get
like there's a
crazy.
part where I left her alone because all she had in that space was an herb, which I was already full in my inventory, and I was like, I'll come back for that later.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I ended up killing the light switch guy and moving on through the level. And that area, because I kind of missed some stuff, I had to backtrack back through a couple times. So I come back through and his body's still there. She comes wandering out of the bathroom and sees him and starts screaming like, "Who made this mess?" And then she jumps on him and starts like eating him. It was like the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. I was
What?
like, what?
That's
I think
awesome.
that I think that happened to me too. I think that.
Yeah,
happened
and
to
she
me.
That's
starts
awesome.
screaming like, "Who made this mess?" And I was like, "It wasn't me."
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
But
me.
also, these people are
Stay
all
away.
working for essentially what is the villain of this game, and
Yeah.
man, what a creep! What, but like really
Yeah.
subtle. There's like a subtlety to him, but like
Yeah.
also like not because he's like
Right.
powerful, like kind of
Yeah.
you know a big menacing presence because he's
And I'm such an
Yeah.
easy mark when they're like, "Oh, he just used to be like a T-virus, like engineer or scientist." I'm like,
Mhm,
you know,
mhm.
that's perfect.
Kyle,
Yeah,
you
he
said
That's
the word
perfect.
T-virus. There it is, right
Yeah,
there.
that's
That's
perfect. That's
why
all I
this is
needed.
all so fantastic and interconnected. Again, it's all connected. It's all
Yeah,
connected.
yeah. I love it, man. I think this is I
Yeah.
think it's what a great first like big game. All three of us are playing it, you know. Like it's just like
Mhm.
Mhm.
the alignment that's going on right now with this game, and just the how it's just landing for everybody is so cool.
Yep.
I don't know, man. But did y'all see the Steam numbers on this? It was like 263 163,000 like concurrent
Was it
players.
really?
And like Resident Evil 4 remake was like 60. So I mean like it's
Oh wow.
like doubled, you know, the most players of the most played, you know, Steam game.
Yeah, actually, it's
for the
all-time
series.
peak, and it has only been out for what, 36 hours now, something like that.
Yeah.
Was 344,000 just on
Oh,
Steam.
wow.
Way low. I shot low, yeah.
And right now, as we're recording this on Saturday night, there's 269,000 in there right now playing it,
Yeah.
which is
It's hitting,
And
man.
just for some
Hell yeah.
context, we've talked about these before, but like think about some of the most popular games, like Marvel Rivals, 644,000 was its peak concurrent, which is still
Mhm.
really impressive. It's a free-to-play game
Incredible.
too, by the way. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Arc Raiders was 481,000. So like these other really popular online games, it's not like they all hit a million. A million is like an insane thing to hit. Like PUBG hits
Yeah.
that, Dota
Yeah.
hits that, Counter-Strike 2 hits that. Like there's a lot of those that get up there, and I think Black Myth Wukong might have gotten up there. But anyway, there's only a select few that get that high. So for this to be at 344, a single-player horror game,
In the first
I
like
don't know, man.
day.
That's-
Yeah. I mean it's incredible. Yeah. What a huge win for Capcom. And yeah, I mean if Pragmata ends up
love
being
it.
a total bust, this at least was a major win for them. So
Yeah, this is the kind of game that's if they do have if they fall on their face, if they have, remember that dinosaur game that came out with a couple summers ago, and it's like, what is
yeah,
this?
Exo,
And it's like,
Exo
never mind.
Primal?
whatever. Yeah, Exo Primal.
Everyone's like,
yeah.
just forget about that one. We're like, okay, we'll forget about it because you make other cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Right. It is cool that they are like able to like make all these legacy games, and then every once in a while, and
Yeah.
I don't like that game. They're like, we're gonna try this dumb free to play, you know,
Yeah.
dinosaur
Sure.
game. I'm like, I don't have time for that.
Why
and they
not?
do. They
Yeah.
put that out, and they
Don't-
keep on
don't
putting
do
out all
it.
these other
Yeah.
bangers. I'm like, I
And
don't
hey,
know how
Pragmata might be awesome, but it also might be one of those where it was like, well, they
I
tried.
hear,
you know, who knows?
I hear that game. The hands-on is wonderful, but I don't know.
Yeah.
If it
I haven't
sucks,
played the demo
who
yet.
cares?
Yeah, I need
This
to play
game
the
is
demo.
so big.
You know, Kyle,
like,
someone else said that the hands-on time with High Guard was amazing too, and look where we are. I'm just floating it out
that's
there.
fair.
So-
Yeah, that's fair.
We don't
I
talk
know they're
about
very,
High
very
Guard.
different.
We don't talk about them.
I know it's very, very different. But yeah, it's safe to say this is one of those that we all expected to be good. I think we were thrilled to hear the early reviews that it was great, and now that we're playing it, I'm like, I don't even think 88 is a high enough average for the scores for this game already. Like I'm already
don't
that
either.
far. I'm like,
God,
what are we
no.
talking
The
about?
way that people are
No.
talking about it, it just seems way higher than that. You know, like I don't
It
know
does.
I don't know
Should
who
be.
is
It is in
dragging
my
that
heart.
average score down. So
And yeah, in
good
my
job
heart,
whoever did that.
It's over 90 for sure.
Yeah.
But by the way, I was kind of looking to see what are the negatives that people are saying. Like, is the game too long or too short? Like,
It's
what are
too
they saying?
spooky.
The most things that I see is that, well, it's good, but they played it a little safe. And to me, that feels like a really vague criticism of like, you were expecting
what does that
something
even
you
What does
mean?
that
can't
mean?
verbalize.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't feel nothing about this feels safe to me.
I don't feel safe at
like,
all.
what does that
maybe
even
it gets
mean?
long, I don't know. Maybe it gets long in the tooth.
Yeah.
Maybe the second half isn't great. I don't know. Yeah, I can't.
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know.
I'd rather them play it safe than make something ridiculous that we all hate. So this is great. The 7
Yeah, the
was
last time they
amazing.
didn't play
8
it
was
safe was
amazing.
6, and that game
Great.
sucked. So maybe safe is the right. Maybe safe is perfect. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, 6 is rough, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's
something.
what I hear.
And like everyone's
That's
there
what I hear.
too, so it's like it has no reason to be as bad as it was. Like it was like they leaned on everything that they
I mean,
could
there's
lean
even
on in that
other
game.
people that are there, and it's like I don't even care. I don't even care.
I
About
know,
this game.
yeah. I'm
Like,
gonna spoil it, but yeah, you play as Wesker's son in 6 for one of the
Yeah,
skins.
it's like,
like that.
Oh, really?
That
It's-
couldn't be less. It was the most uninteresting thing in the entire world. I'm like, how did
Oh,
you make this?
that should be a
stupid and boring?
huge deal.
Yeah, like this is dumb. You know, like it's just so
should
stupid.
be a
And,
big deal.
and what's his face? Freaking meathead. Jesus, Chris. Right?
Yeah, Chris.
Chris Redfield.
He's just like he's just like an extra meathead in that one. Like his section feels
Yeah.
like Call of Duty practically. It's just like
It does feel like Call of
ugh.
Duty, and he's going through. So I like the stuff he's going. He's going through. It's like, oh man, I've got PTSD because I think every time I bring my team on a mission, they die. And I'm
Sure.
like, yeah, I mean,
Sure.
that does suck, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You're not
I
wrong.
like the way they used him in both 7 and 8 as a really important but seldom seen character. But
you know what?
When
I
he
don't
shows
even
up, it's like a
acknowledge
force,
7.
you know?
I don't even acknowledge Resident Evil 7's Chris because it's like, who even is that guy? Like the face wise and like everything.
Oh,
like, who
and
even
they did
is that
completely
guy?
change him.
Yeah, like who?
Like, they course corrected
gotta
the
glow
name.
up.
Yeah,
You
gotta glow up, buddy.
There was a Chris clone, made by Umbrella.
Yeah, it was a Chris. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, well, it's safe to say that it's not just us either, the critical reviews, but the players that are playing it. I mean, it is just, it is a runaway success, and I hope that the sales reflect that too. You never know how these companies can react if sales are like, well, we expected 15 billion and it didn't. You know what I mean? Like, you never know.
Yeah, Capcom seems to know how to put out. I mean, think about how quick they're putting these out too, guys. Like every 2 years, we're getting a new Resident Evil game, high quality. I mean, Resident Evil 4 remake wasn't just like a brush up. There was a brick for brick new game, so it's like,
that's true.
And then before that 8, so it's just like, just think how quick we're getting these games and the quality at which these games are. How are they the only ones who get it right now? Like, I mean, I'm serious. Like, how are they the only ones and working in the entire industry who still know how to put out games in a quick enough fashion to make a profit and keep keep profits coming in? And
when did they announce Requiem? Last year? Was it last summer? They announced it.
I think so, yeah. And again, 4 was
I think so.
2 years
Summer
ago,
Games Fest?
and then 8 was 2 years before that, and then 2 years before that was something else. I think Resident Evil 3 or something like that. Like
they were doing like the remakes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. And putting out other things like Dragon's Dogma 3
or
2. And
I think having the right engine. I think having the right engine helps in addition to having the right people.
Yeah.
But they've got the right tools, and then they have the right people to use those tools, and I think that's the combo. That sounds.
Everybody else
engine is
figure it out, man.
It
makes me so frustrated that one person's doing it and everyone's like, "It's just impossible." I'm like, "It's not.
it's literally impossible."
We have like a total
great
not. Example of it going well. So
I do wonder what the next
Steam
one
user
is,
reviews. It's a 92% positive. Just want to float that out.
92. Okay,
so
that's more
user
accurate. I would say that's more accurate.
That's right.
But I do wonder what's next though, because if we're doing the whole like new Resident Evil remake, are they gonna go 5? Or are they doing Code
Veronica? Man.
That's what I'm wondering.
It's happening,
that's what I'm wondering.
It's
like
gotta happen. It's the weirdest one.
I never played that one.
It's the unsung hero, dude. Like,
well, it's also the next one, sort of like in the timeline of like around 4 and like Code Veronica.
It's just
like it was
treated like
next...
the stepchild of like the whole like series. Like
I watched my buddy play it in college back in the day on his Dreamcast. I watched a little bit of it, so I'm
It's a short game. You can
I like
Code
Veronica.
4 to 5 hours.
I like that.
I think it's great.
Well.
I think the game's great. It's weird. It's got that weird family that you're following around or learning about.
Yeah.
I like that game a lot.
Yeah. So I hope they do that one next.
Well, guys, it's safe to say we are loving Requiem. No surprises there. I'm glad we didn't come in with like, oh my word, they dropped the ball type of an episode. It was, I think we're all having a blast with this game. And I'm kind of glad that it's the only one right now. Like there's nothing else that's really vying for there's demos that I'm interested in. We'll talk about those in a little bit, but there's no other games really pulling at me to say, come play this also, you know. In a couple weeks that'll happen. I did pre-order Crimson Desert. I'm part of the problem, but yeah, I'm excited for that one. I think it's going to be great.
Listen,
the first one to take the plunge. That's good. I like that. I'm in,
right.
dude. You don't know how in I am on that game.
I'm so like I'm
They're
almost
like,
terrified that it might not be as good as it seems.
Oh no,
it just seems impossible.
It's gonna suck at this point. Yeah, it's gonna suck at this point. But I'm gonna be there. They keep on saying weird stuff like there's no traditional leveling up. Like you just get you just get new upgrades by progressing through the story. And I'm like, I mean, I don't know. That could not work at all. I'm in though. I don't know why. Like I just.
And I do think, by the way, that down the line they will update this game with some kind of in-game store where you can buy cosmetics, and there'll be some kind of multiplayer. They've kind of hinted at both those
mercenaries. There's no way, because I think the Chris sections, they're just so actiony. Like, there's no way you're not going to give us mercenaries with that like style of gameplay. Like, I just don't buy it in a million years. So, I think other modes can come up.
I am thrilled with the first major kind of AAA game that hit that I cared about, at least this year. Maybe there were others that I'm forgetting.
There weren't.
But and it has just absolutely delivered, and I'm having a blast with it. Yeah,
it's been a quiet year. This is the first like big new game of the year. Yeah, so they did a good job.
But the other thing I wanted to highlight, since it is pretty big news, and I know we have at least 2 ongoing Pokemon fans and one, I'll call myself a former Pokemon fan. Not that I hate it now, I just don't play the games now. But I really, really used to be into these games back in the day. But there was a Pokemon Presents that aired, which I've got pulled up here, and we can kind of skim through it a bit to the stuff you guys cared about.
Honestly,
what do you guys think overall about this?
You could literally skip to the very end because most of it was nonsense. Like, it was all the mobile crap.
Yeah.
The only things that matter were Fire Red, Leaf Green. We're getting digital versions of those on the Switch.
Which I'm 12 hours into Red already.
Okay.
Yeah, me too, Dan.
I need to start it. I'm going to show the wife the first Pokemon game because it's a remake.
I actually never played this one either. I played Blue and Yellow, and then Let's Go Eevee, which was Pokemon Go style version of the original. So this is my first time with this version of the game.
Okay, because I emulated this one. Because
incredible.
Guys, I had this on my Game Boy Pocket. I had Pokemon Red on my game.
This game is hard, dude. Like we have it so easy with these dumb. How the hell were we playing? Like I was getting my teeth kicked in by Misty all morning this morning.
You gotta grind. You gotta grind.
You have to go grind, but you have to grind one Pokemon at a time. So there's no EXP share. Like
Pokemon's a Souls-like. Did you not know this?
Yeah,
I think
everyone knows this, that these games are Souls-like games. So,
I'm pretty sure with Fire Red and Leaf Green, they did have sort of those quality of life things, but I think you get them like later on.
I don't know. I don't think you get EXP share until like if you do, it's the very end of the game. You don't get it like.
Okay.
I
don't remember.
And it's an item you have to equip or something like that.
Sure, yeah.
But like in new games, it's just like if you're in your party, you're all gonna get EXP share, and like everyone just levels up, and it's like and then you have to like throw deadbeat Pokemon out to like get leveled up, and then you have to switch them out for Pokemon that can one hit other ones, and it's a lot, man. This game has been 90% grinding for me, and I love it.
Yeah. It's
that red cartridge. That's the one I had.
Pokemon is an RPG at its core. It's what it is. So you gotta
really is,
you gotta grind levels out.
I really hope this new one, what is it, Winds and Suns or whatever, Winds and Sand, I don't know.
So
whatever
Winds
the new one
and
is.
Winds and Waves.
Winds and Waves. I hope it's still turn-based. I don't want them to get cute too much. Like, you know what I mean?
So like the Legends, go the Legends route?
No, keep that over there. I like that.
Yeah.
I want it over there though. I like the combat. That game is stupid, but the combat is very good in that game. But like, keep it over there, please. I want these games to maintain like a turn-based, but like, I think the insinuation was that they're like all the regions are going to be present because they were showing kind of pictures of all the regions, and then
I think it's like biomes because what I'm getting from it is it's like a Polynesian setting, but things are going to be popping up.
Yeah,
there's going to be sort of like things kind of popping up that like gives you a more variety of, so it's not just tropical.
Before we go too much into Winds and Waves, I do want to look at that. I did want to just point out, and this is kind of a eye opener for me. The Pokemon Go is 10 years old now. When I saw that 10th anniversary,
10 years
So
old, still making like
COVID
$1
was
billion
like
a day or something. So yeah, it's doing fine.
because it
I
like
I
was
still
right
remember
before
playing
COVID,
it, but I thought
right?
back to it. Like that's the year that we moved to Colorado, and then that's when my kids and I we would take
Oh,
my wife's
So
phone
you're
and
right,
my
moved
phone,
there
and we
too.
would wander around. In the
look at
summer of
that.
2016 was big Pokemon Go summer for our family. Doing a lot of
Yeah,
that.
look at
It was
that.
fun.
I remember
But it's
those.
still going
that
strong.
moment.
Actually, my son was playing it today. We went out to eat from our twins just turned 15, so we went out to eat, and my oldest son is sitting there doing some raid on Pokemon Go. I was like, man, it's still going, huh? Still playing it.
Still going. People love Pokemon.
Anyway. Some of the stuff that we've seen on this videos that's gone by is there's various Pokemon events happening. There's some mobile stuff with the trading card game and with Pokemon Go. There was
The
something
Animal
that they called
Crossing Pokemon game looks
Okay.
fantastic. It looks
I
fantastic.
figured that
I
was
don't
like
care.
right up your alley. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
the
Animal Crossing
Pokopia
Pokemon.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pokopia, yeah.
Pokopia,
That
which
comes
is
out
coming
next week.
soon, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. Not expecting.
And then we got
that.
this GameCube game that's coming to Switch Online. It is
I
forget what it's
remember
Gale
called.
of
this.
Darkness.
Y'all
Gale of
remember
Darkness.
this?
Gale of Darkness.
What was that?
Yeah.
Was it like a 3D like Pokemon
So-
game?
I think it was kind of like Coliseum, but it had a story with it, right?
Okay, interesting.
I don't know.
I think
never
it's
played
kind
it.
of like in that vein,
Yeah.
but like
So it's
so
kind of
it's
like
not like a
Stadium.
full fledged. Yeah, it's not like
This
a
looks pretty
full
cool.
fledged like Pokemon game, but
Yeah, it does have a
Yeah.
stadium vibe to it. The way it looks.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Anyway, so there's that. That's on
That was-
GameCube,
there it is.
There it is.
and this is
Man,
Fire
the
Red Leaf
OG,
Green,
man.
right?
Yeah.
Look at how charming. Look at how
And
charming.
they didn't
it
change
looks.
anything. It's just like this is what
Yep.
it looked like. This is it. They didn't like
Yep.
up-res it to HD or anything like that. It's just
Nope.
like just running how it used to. So
Yeah.
and
That's
it looks
right.
good, dude.
That's because
It's a good
Game Boy
looking
Advance games are still beautiful today. I'll argue.
There
Oh,
that.
yeah.
might
Like,
be
a
some
lot
of
of
it
it.
where people figured out how to work within like the route, like the boundaries of that system in a way that's like so magical and timeless.
Yep,
Great pixel art
I agree.
in those.
Incredible pixel art.
Yeah, the Pokopia
All
looks
right, let's
adorable.
keep skipping ahead here. There was something with Pokemon Sleep too, which I don't know what that is. We'll keep
I'm
Oh,
never
yeah.
gonna know what that is. You'll never be able
Put
to.
me
Here's
to
the DLC
sleep.
for ZA, for Legends ZA. There's the
Yeah.
Mega Dimensions DLC, which has already been announced. Dan's excited.
Yeah, I was gonna
Just
say,
they couldn't have gotten a writer to just like not do what they did with this game. I mean, they could have just hired somebody. I feel like, but it's fine.
Could have.
This
Combat's
game must
great.
not be selling well because didn't this DLC
It sold really well.
already come
Yeah,
out?
it sold like it sold really well.
It sold well. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. You have to check the numbers, but yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
like,
Pokemon ZA sold like crazy on the
Yeah.
Switch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And Switch too.
major
That's like, why are we
success,
talking
yeah.
about a DLC as if it's new
Yeah.
in this thing like 2 months later? But okay.
So here's our Pokopia game that comes out this coming week, where you are
Yeah.
it's just a cozy Pokemon game basically.
Yeah.
As you are
Yeah.
Ditto,
Where
who
you're
takes the
like
shape of
a
human.
nightmare fueled Ditto person that I will never get over. Like, look at that,
Yeah.
horrifying.
But it
floppy
runs like
arms
not
and
it Naruto runs. It does the Naruto.
Yeah. that's part of the horror, Dan. It's all just horror.
It's a little bit Gumby,
I
a little
love
bit
Look at this
Naruto.
monster, like
Makes me
trying
happy.
to
Makes me
assimilate.
so happy.
Yeah. This is going to be
It's
very
the
cozy,
dumbness on its
very
face.
adorable. I
Yeah,
think
this
it's going to
looks
do
fun.
well.
It does look cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's and you can co-op
People are
it, so you
excited
can
for
play
it.
with
It
3
feels
friends,
like
so 4 people
I
all
didn't know.
together.
Okay. 4-player. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's just Animal
Other than the
Crossing.
main
It's
character
like-
design, I think
Yeah.
the rest of it looks pretty cool. I like the isometric kind of block, kind of this block grid approach to building.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think that makes it simple and fun.
It's my boy, Psyduck.
Honestly, it looks more
There he is.
complex than Animal Crossing. Like this looks more complex than Animal Crossing, so
Yeah,
but it's just
it
like
does,
it's in
yeah.
that vein. It's in that vein, so
Yes, yeah.
Comes out this Thursday.
a Ditto rug, hell yeah. Yeah, Ditto rug. Give me that Ditto
All right,
rug.
let's jump ahead here.
Yeah,
See,
I
this
like
is what
this
made
that
me
it was
think that-
going.
See, it was going through like all that. That's
Oh,
what made me think.
It's
that there
going
was
through
gonna
the
be, like-
previous regions. These are all the
Yeah.
previous regions.
Sure, yeah.
It's doing the
Jump ahead
history,
here,
so
here
it's
we go.
leading. It was going in order of all the Pokemon games,
Uh huh.
and then we're here. This is.
Do you think it'll actually look
Winds
like
and
this, guys? Because
Waves.
this looks great visually.
Yeah.
This looks great. I think the
huge
character
upgrade.
models look exactly the same as ZNA, or not ZNA, the
Well,
previous one.
I don't think the character models were ever
like
the problem with the recent Pokemon
everything
games.
else looks like way better though. You know what I mean? Like the
But don't,
Pokemon
I
look better,
always thought the character
scenery
models
look
were like
better.
the least of their problems with their recent games. It was like, hey, they're not. great,
No,
but that's
yeah,
not
I
the
don't
big
think there's anything
problem.
wrong with it, but like they're still kind of
They're
like
just the same.
not non-detailed flat, like caricatures,
Okay, yeah,
which is
totally.
fine.
Generic
But like
anime.
everything else looks like
Yeah.
nah, not quite, but we're bordering there, yeah.
Yeah.
But like
Oh, here we go.
look at like all the scenery and everything looks great though.
Yeah, the foliage.
And the water
The
looked
3
good, and
starters.
3 starters are all. This is always a
Already
big
love.
moment.
Already love. Already love.
Already love
So
Pomeranian
my
fire
son was talking to
dude,
me about this. He's a big
water
Pokemon
gecko
fan,
guy.
and he was like, "We've never had a fire dog starter." He's super excited about that, like this
Yeah.
fire puppy.
Yeah, he's like a
coming
yeah,
out.
he's like a Pomeranian, right?
He's a
Little
Pomeranian,
Pomeranian
yeah.
fire
You
dog.
got this
Yeah.
sassy
We get a
bird
lot of
with the brow.
owls, so I'm like, whatever
Grout.
to the owl one, but like,
And then a
Pombon,
water
Pomeranian. There
gecko,
you go.
bro.
look at that guy.
A
Look at
water
this
gecko.
Gekwa.
I'm in on
The
that
water
little
gecko's
boy.
awesome.
Staying with the
Yeah.
water. Staying with the water.
Yeah.
That's me.
That's right.
But
Winds
this
and Waves
looks
doesn't come out till
fantastic, and I
This looks
2027.
great. This stuff looks way next gen, and I think this is a Switch
Underwater?
2 only game. So
Underwater?
that's I was kind of freaking out about this. Yeah, I was like, there's
That's
biomes underwater, like you'll be able to
dude.
like
It's
be
incredible.
underwater.
With this coming out next year, they might finally be listening with the like let it cook a little longer, because like I think
Yeah.
people were assuming it's probably gonna
I
be
would have
this
been
year,
worried
right?
if this was coming out in November. I'd been like, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, I would have been
But
worried.
since
Yeah.
next year,
Yeah.
it might actually run at 60 frames, Kyle. It might
And these
actually run
traditionally
It's
come
gonna-
out in
And
the
it
fall,
better run
so
at 60 frames. And
it
I'm not a 60.
could be
I'm not a frames
October
guy,
20. We
just
could be looking at a year, and we could be looking at a year and
Yeah.
8 months potentially till this.
Yeah.
comes
Yeah.
out.
Oh, yeah. I think
Which
this
I'm
is still
fine
going to
with.
be a fourth quarter like game. I don't think they're going to push it forward or anything
I-
like that.
you know what?
They're very comfortable releasing in November. So
I want this to be late 2027. Please take your time and like
Yeah.
do what you need
I
to
mean,
do.
if it's as big
Please
as
take your
it, I
time.
mean, I thought the last game had a lot of really big ideas in terms of like you can go anywhere
Yes.
and it's a true open
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Like, but like there's just something hollow there that they just didn't like follow through. If they create the
Sure.
depth that was missing from that last game, but like still a lot of kind of the
Yes.
core tenets of that one, like this could be really cool. Or it could,
Yes.
I don't know, be a game that
Yes.
runs at 12 frames and that's really bad. I don't know. Yeah, you never know what kind of Pokemon game you're getting these days. So
Saying that those were hollow, that's literally what it was, because it's like, yeah, you can
Yeah.
roam around this kind of world, but like, yeah, like it just didn't feel like there was a lot of like kind
I
of
don't
like
know,
that Witcher
yeah.
3 thing of like walking in a direction and like a really cool side quest, or like Breath of the Wild
Just
where like you just go
nothing
in any
really-
direction and something's
Yeah.
happening, you know?
It was kind of just a gimmick that it was an open world game. Like really, like
Yeah.
you were still just you should just be following the road to the next town like you've been in every game before.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think this is a good step. I felt really good about this trailer, which like after the
Yeah.
last game, which I did like, if misstep of a game.
Yeah, same.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely Switch 2 only. And by the way, just for some reassurance too for folks, the visual upgrade is going to be undeniable. Apparently, I've seen reviews for, speaking of Resident Evil Requiem, as we just gushed about for a while. Apparently, the Switch 2 version ain't no slouch. Like, it's a pretty decent way to play
runs
that game.
great. Yeah, I hear it
Yeah.
runs great
That's
on
what I've
Okay.
heard.
Okay.
Now, I am loving it, playing it on my PC, essentially in 1440, running at like really high frames. It's beautiful, and that's
Must be
how I want
nice.
to play it. But it sounds like on the Switch 2, it's more than serviceable. Like people are saying, like, hey, and
Yeah.
it's actually getting
It's
good
like
reviews on
Cyberpunk,
Nintendo
like,
outlets too.
People are
Exactly.
comparing it to like Cyberpunk, where it's just like I can't believe it's
Exactly.
running at almost parity to like PlayStation,
Right.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Keyword almost, obviously, but and I also hats off to Nintendo to not doing the Sony thing where they're like restrain their games from being innovative and more powerful for years just to make sure that they could get sales on PS4 still.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it'd be so easy to make this new Pokemon and be for Switch and Switch 2, and that hinder
Sure.
like the vision of the game. And they're like, whatever, man. Like this is the new generation. We're moving forward. It took them
Yeah.
it took them a year to do that. They're sending out the Switch finally. You know what I mean? Like they're not prolonging its life or anything like that. They're
Yeah.
really kind of going all in on Switch 2, and I like that. I think it's brave of them, and I was hoping that it wasn't going to be the norm of what we saw with PlayStation, where it's just like generations are going to be like years. They're going to bleed together for
Yeah,
years,
no.
and you're not going to. I hate it.
This
I hate
should
all
be
that
the
stuff,
norm.
so.
This should be the norm.
Yes,
Like
it's how
I
it used
get
to
that it
be.
sucks not
Yeah.
having.
When
Yeah,
we
I
jump
get
to the
it
next
sucks not
generation,
having the
we
new
leave
thing.
the last one behind.
Yeah.
That's just the way it's supposed to be, and I hated. We did it for 2 generations: PS3 to PS4, PS4 to PS5, and I'm
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
we need to cut this out, guys. Like, we need to just leave it behind. I know that's like, you're going to leave some people behind or whatever. But that's how it's always been. There's always been late adopters where people are like, as the PS3 is coming out, they're like, I'm going to buy a PS2 now and buy all the PS2 games. And that's fine,
Right.
you know, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just happy that we're moving forward quicker for this.
Yeah.
For Nintendo.
I prefer this for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Well, guys, not that we need to be hyped about more games because there's so many coming out, but and this one's probably
I
way
need
in the
more hype.
future. But
I
it
need
sounds
more
like Machine Games is indeed working on a third Wolfenstein game, which has me so excited. There's this casting
Gotta
call
finish the
details that
fight.
apparently are not super well, let's just say, coded. People have quickly picked up on the fact this is clearly for the next Wolfenstein game.
Okay.
But the casting call specifically is for a character named, codenamed at the moment, Sophia, who is a Ukrainian orphan between the ages of 8 and 11, who alongside her adopted dog is said to form a bond with William and accompany him on his travels. So there's going to be a little bit of that, God of War and Son, or Joel and Ellie kind of thing, potentially. Yeah, potentially.
Girl.
But
I always like dog.
Dude,
if you want to put dog in something, I'm in. So
Dog.
I'm always in for that. Yeah, dog.
give me dog.
That's right. But
Well, with the ending
I'm
of the
pumped for
last
that, man.
one,
Machine
love to
games.
see.
I love Machine Games, man. After the Indiana Jones game,
Yeah.
both Wolfenstein games, I'm like, you make whatever you
Dude,
want to
they're-
make.
yeah,
You guys are great.
They're doing great, man.
So, and I, admittedly, was super skeptical about a first-person Indiana Jones game. I was like, who wants that? I want this to be third-person,
I
Uncharted
was
style.
of
Like, what are we
the
thinking?
first
Yeah.
Wolfenstein game too. When people were like, "Hey, this game's actually good," I'm like,
Yes.
"Shut up." No, it's not.
Right.
Is this like a Quake 4 situation?
Because it had been a joke for a while.
Into
It was
playing
that
a bad
series was kind of a
campaign?
joke a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then
Mhm.
just more and more people were like, "No, guys, like this game is incredible." And then I ended up playing it. And I'm just like, "Oh, it kind of knocked out of the park here."
it's
So
really
The
good.
second one couldn't
And by
have
the way,
been like it was better in every way. You know,
I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like a lot of people forget how good the second game was. Not on this
second game's one of
podcast.
the
New
best
People don't talk about
first-person
it that much.
shooter campaigns of all
Yeah.
time. I think it's absolutely incredible.
And then the spin-off game wasn't bad either. I think it was Youngblood.
Yeah,
was
the co-op
decent.
like one.
Oh,
Decent
yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah. Not as good. It wasn't really built to be a fully fledged
different
game in
different
that
type
series.
of game. Yeah.
But it was still a good time. So I'm excited for this. I think this is great. So, hey, speaking of
Good news.
casting for stuff, I'm gonna put up an image. And you guys tell me what you think.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. 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 It's an
Dan's
image,
leaning
all right.
back. Dan, come
Yeah.
back. Dan, Dan, come back.
It's gonna be all right.
Are you going poop? Dan's got to go
He's
poop
gonna
now
be
after he
alright.
sees Kratos in the squat position.
Not my God of War. Not my
Oh
God
my
of War.
gosh. He looks so much
Sure.
like him. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
So we got
Hashtag not my
the
God of
kind
War.
of on-set kind of early images of Ryan Hurst as Kratos, and I forget the young boy's name as Atreus.
I have no idea.
They're on
Yeah.
set.
I don't know.
Now, I've been told many times that, hey, these kind of pictures rarely reflect exactly what the final product's going to look like, and I have no problem believing that. But it does make one wonder, why would you release an official photo from it if it's not going to look how it's going to look? I don't know. Anyway, all that to say,
Sure.
I think generally speaking, the effort and the details and the outfits and the makeup on Kratos, I think generally speaking, really solid. So I'm very hopeful for this. I think the cast is incredible. But as we know with video game adaptations, for every one good one, it feels like there's 5 bad ones. So I hope this
Yeah.
is one of the good ones, you know?
And,
I really
like,
hope so.
I think this is the showrunner is the Battlestar Galactica guy, and I love Battlestar Galactica, but it's like
Same.
I don't know, like like people hated
I
the
don't know.
ending of that show, so he wrote
That's
it.
right.
Like I didn't. I like it. I think that whole show was
It's
great. from start
Bad
to
Robot,
finish.
right? Is that the company doing it, or is this the guy? Is Bad
I don't
Robot
know.
doing
I
this?
think Bad Robot's the production company, but the guy is the guy from Battlestar Galactica.
Got it. Okay,
I think.
got
But I like Battlestar Galactica, so that's good news for me. But I want to invite everybody to remember that like people hated the ending to Battlestar Galactica. So like maybe just
They
like
sure did.
bring down the expectations a little bit, you know. Like
I
which,
think
you
the
know,
expectations are already lowered with the regular Joe Schmoes with this. Like people are not happy about
people
this
are not happy
one
with this.
still
Yeah,
image.
yeah. People are
So,
pretty
yeah.
upset with this, and that's kind of what to feed off of what Tim was saying about like why put out something that didn't look exactly
Right.
it's not going to be the
Right.
exact end product or whatever. Especially in these days and age where we're just like looking to like bury something
Yes.
before it actually comes out. We love doing that. We did it to High
Sure.
Guard recently, and we did it to We're doing it to Marathon right now. We did it to. We love to just like tear something down before it comes out. And like the entertainment, we know that about ourselves. Like so I don't know why they would like set themselves up for this kind of scrutiny or whatever.
I don't know.
But it is what it is. You had to show it off at some point, and it was probably going to always look something kind of like this, and you got to rip the Band-Aid off at some point. I hope it's good. I have hopes. I like the cast too. I think the cast is awesome. So.
Yep. Well, I just wanted to elevate that. It's one of those things where I'm not swayed to now not watch it. I still need to see a trailer. I want to see things in action. I think Ryan Hurst is a great actor. I honestly think even back when he was younger doing stuff like Remember the Titans, but especially his role as Opie in Sons of Anarchy, I just thought this guy's awesome. Like he has gravity on the screen. He kind of stole every scene he was in that show, even though that show was really about Charlie Hunnam's character. Ryan Hurst was just a presence, man.
I know. Well, Charlie Hunnam was slowly, slipping back and forth between his real accent and his,
he didn't know what he was doing.
Accent. Okay? Yeah, I know. I couldn't watch that show because of that. I'm just like, I have to buy into your accent every single week. Like, I can't do this, But I hear that
definitely had trouble with that. But when Charlie Hunnam's allowed to kind of just be himself, he's like stuff like The Gentleman. He's amazing in The Gentleman.
I'm telling you, The Gentleman, when it came out, completely changed my mind about that actor in every way, shape, or form. Just there was an Aaron Taylor Johnson movie that came out at some point, and I was like, oh, he can act. He just kind of sucks.
When I saw him in Bullet Train, I've officially reloved after Kick-Ass.
He's fun in Bullet Train.
Bullet Train, he's great in. There was something that came out before that. I think it was Nocturnal Animals or something like that, where he's like spooky and like powerful.
And he's Craven.
I remember Craven, guys. He's so good. Yeah, wow. He's just
we don't talk about that or more.
What a cool guy he is.
It's Craven time.
But his career launched with the coolest, Kick-Ass. Kind of darkest, weirdest superhero take with Kick-Ass. It was so cool. Both those movies, 1 and 2.
That is him.
He's likable. In that movie.
He's great. But then he played Quicksilver and was so dull. And it wasn't his fault. His part was written kind of boring in the Ultron movie.
Yeah. Well, I like that Ultron movie, but it's kind of a mess. It's kind of a mess of a movie. So
I still think James Spader as Ultron was the most brilliant voice casting.
There's a lot of things I like about that movie, but some of the amount of like stories going on in that movie, I'm like, what is that? There's no like consistent or pace or anything like that.
Yeah, it was messy, weird. But I still look back on it fondly, like you're saying. Like I still like it.
Yeah.
A little messy. And hey, maybe that's what the God of War show will be. Maybe it'll be amazing. Here's what I hope. I hope that it's to the quality that I can then get my non-gaming friends and family to be like, hey, watch the show with me. The story's so good. And I can never get you to sit down and watch me play a 30-hour game or play it yourself. But now we can watch a 30-hour show or whatever it ends up being.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, I am hopeful for it. Speaking of video games to movies, this is interesting. The director of the Kingdom Come Deliverance has stepped away from game development because he wants to focus on creating a movie of Kingdom Come to bring it to the screen, the big screen or the small screen. And so they're going to continue. The studio's continuing, but his role is shifting over. Now he wants to do screen production of this story in some way, shape, or form.
So make a good TV show.
Absolutely would. Yeah. So. As long as that means we're still going to get another Kingdom Come Deliverance game. Like there's so much more. I've already read some really well-made articles of people who really know their history, especially their Eastern European history, who are like, if they go here next, this would be fascinating because of all the political and power shifts that happen over there in Bulgaria and Hungary and Czechoslovakia and all these. It's crazy, all the stuff that happens over there. So I really hope they continue the story and you get to be just a normal dude. If it's Henry, that's amazing. I love him. But if it's a new character, I'm down with that too. Like, let me be another kind of normal squire dude who has to work his way up in this crazy medieval world, whatever.
I like that climb. Continue. So I hope that they do like a chance on like a new character, even though Henry rocks. But like, it'd be cool.
Henry's great.
It'd be easy to get people.
He could be in the game.
Yeah,
he could be in the game as a really key character.
Right.
But part of me wants it to be another because he's a no-name guy twice, and it's hard to reset him a third time because now he's
yeah. What are you? Who are you, Samus?
Yeah, you can't reset your powers every time.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of resetting powers, I've heard that High on Life 2 has one of the most ridiculous reset your powers thing. If you haven't checked it out, you guys should go check out.
Okay, funny.
What happens? Yeah. Not appropriate at all, but I've heard it's pretty funny. If it's true, if what I've seen about that is true.
If it's true.
Anyway. All right. Also, I don't think we talked about this on the show yet, even though this was announced. I don't remember if this was announced 2 weeks ago or this past week, but Wolverine has a release date So the Insomniac
yeah.
is going
yeah.
to launch Wolverine on
this past
September
week, yeah.
15th.
2 days before my
15th.
birthday.
Yeah, dude.
That's
Happy
cool.
birthday, Wolverine style. Sweet.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And so if
Be a
GTA
good
6
birthday.
avoids another delay, I mean, we are looking at a absolutely incredible year of games again. After last year was just mind-blowing. I loved so many games from last year. But 2026 could be shaping up to, think of it like 2017, where we just had this insane year. The Switch launched and we got Breath of the Wild and Horizon and got all these crazy
Sure.
games, Mario Odyssey, all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff. I think Persona 5 was that year too, right? I think that was 2017. I mean, crazy year.
Oh,
And then 2018
yeah.
came and we got everything from God of War and Red Dead Redemption 2. And like 2018, I think might have surpassed the insane 2017. So we could be looking at something similar. We have back-to-back years.
Man.
And hey, if we have to debate which year was better because they were both amazing, I love that kind of debate. So
Yeah,
bring it
that'd
on.
be cool.
I'm happy to be. Yeah, I'm happy to. Have that
Did y'all
conversation.
hear the conspiracy theory about this release trailer for Wolverine? It was the same day that Bluetooth got, or Bluetooth? What was
Blue Point.
Blue
Point got closed down. They're like, quick guys, hurry. Announce Wolverine as a
Jerk.
bait and switch or whatever. It's probably not true, but it is a fun conspiracy
It probably
theory,
is
so.
true. Let's be honest.
Probably it might be true. That is how marketing
might be
works.
true.
So PR rather.
Ugh.
Excuse me.
Ugh, that's the worst. But well, we talked last week a bunch already about all the different layoffs and things that are happening. There's probably going to be some more of that as we move forward. We're going to see more and more examples of how AI is taken over. I think there's examples of how, Xbox right now, it's easy to point at Microsoft and say, you idiots and you cold-hearted, whatever, money hounds, whatever. And I kind of think that way at the moment. It's hard not to. But there's also the possibility that just the way that technology is shifting as we move towards the future, like they might be kind of ahead of the game. I have no idea. But from where we're sitting right now, all that stuff looks real bad as you were just letting human beings go.
for sure.
It looks awful.
That's the thing. If it was like being approached in a way like humble and like, yeah, this really is just to enhance things and to make things easier, more like, kind of like approaching things with a more positive perspective, but it's never that. It's just, how do we get humans to not have jobs so we can make more money at the top? Like, that's really what it boils down to. And it's like, what kind of future is that though? What is this Star Trek future that you people are trying to like? I don't know. Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, by the way, real quick note. Speaking of Pokemon, I forgot to note this. This was a piece of news that came out with Fire Red and Leaf Green, which, by the way, I might go buy because there's only $20. And as soon as I saw the
Nostalgic,
that,
dude. It's
nostalgia
so nostalgic.
just hit me right between the eyes. But apparently, Dan, we talked about this with some of the Pokemon in those games. You had to go to an event to unlock them. You had to like, give them your cartridge or whatever. These might have been the case before, but I wasn't aware of this. And they're making an announcement like it's something new. But there's a Mystic and Aurora ticket that you can get in the game to get those items, to get those previously only event only.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So there's
wow.
in-game
do it
tickets
digitally
that you
now.
can obtain.
Yeah, they just do it digitally now. Okay, so it's that like PC thing. So
it says that you have to defeat the Elite Four and enter the Hall of Fame. Once you've done this, then both items, the Aurora ticket and the Mystic ticket, allows you to access those events where you can capture. I don't know how to say these. Is it Lugia, Ho-Oh, and Deoxys?
Oh, okay, Lugia, yeah. Ho-Oh and Lugia, yeah.
Some more legendary birds. Those are all
Mm-hmm.
legendary birds.
Yeah.
I remember Zapdos.
Well, Deoxys is like an alien.
Those are the original three. You're right about Deoxys. Yeah. Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres are the
Articuno,
OG.
that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
OG birds.
Gosh, even just saying these names, it's transporting me back to a simple
Nothing better than the
time,
150, man. The OG 150 are just like, they're just something so great about it, Like,
hey, gold and silver
before they were
also.
lamps and piles of garbage, like they were just
gold
cool
and
and vanilla ice cream cones.
Yeah.
But that's actually what's cool about Fire Red and Leaf Green, Kyle, is that there was actually, because you said you never played them, right?
No, but I know like the end game is like the other region unlocking and Gen 3 Pokemon, Pokédex,
which is super rad.
Yeah, so it's not just playing Red and Blue. It's like
there's a whole new like end game at the end. Yeah.
Which was really cool.
Yeah,
I'm considering going Leaf Green just because I owned Red, but then part of me wants to do Red because that's the one I played, and I don't know.
I always look at which what Pokemon are in each version, because that's the thing, right? This one version has
Right.
certain ones, and the other has.
But doesn't it?
So I
Do
went
they
with
incorporate
Fire
the
Red.
world trade thing in these? Can you do that?
Yes.
Because that
Yes.
allows you to fill up
You can
your
trade, but there's not
roster.
like I don't think there's like soft trading where you just like throw a random Pokemon into the ether and get a random one back. But like you have to
Okay.
like set up a trade. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So if you do get Leaf
Dude,
Green,
when
Tim,
they
we
introduced
could
that
all
in the
trade
DS,
Pokemon.
do you
Yeah,
remember
we
that when
could
they
all
first
trade
had
if
it,
you
where
do get Leaf Green.
you could just put like I'll give you a Rattata, and I want this crazy one back, and someone from Japan somewhere would send you that, and you're like, all right, and it had some Japanese name. You're
That's
like,
my favorite. Yeah, that's the Wonder Trade where you throw something
Wonder
out to the
Trade.
ether,
Yeah.
and like some cool Japanese guy will be like, "Here's a really rare. I bred this one from the ground up super
Yeah.
Pokemon for you."
Sure.
And
Yeah,
like
this
I
one's
just gave him
level
a
1,
Pidgey,
and it's
you know?
insane.
Yeah,
It's like, what? Yeah.
yeah, great.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah. There was something magical about all that stuff, man. The Game
was
Boy, Game Boy
magical.
Advance, and DS ages of Pokemon is when I really played them a lot, and
Yeah.
it was just
You know what?
magical.
For any you kids out there, back in the day, we had to connect a cable from one
Yeah.
handheld to the other
Yeah.
It's
to
true.
trade Pokemon.
Yeah,
We had to connect
That's
a
right.
physical cable
that's
from
right.
one to the other. So we had to do.
You had to sit near each other.
Right.
That's right.
No
Yeah,
internet
yeah. You had to be in the same room and connect the cable.
Yep.
And you had to
No
have one
Wi-Fi
Pokemon
passwords
hold all your HMs, you know? You
That's
couldn't
right.
just like
That's right.
That's
you
right.
couldn't
That's
just
how you
use
pass HMs
all
over.
willy nilly.
That's
Yeah.
The HM slave. Right?
Yeah, the HM slave.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just some like poor Ratatat that just like can do everything.
Yeah.
It's like that's something that you would hear about in Pal World. They're slaves in Pal World, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, guys. I wanted to share with you a couple of games that I demoed during the Steam Next Fest, and then we'll go into anything else that everyone's playing. Because me, the main thing I'm playing is Resident Evil Requiem, and then I spent some time this week playing some of these demos that I'll highlight here. Don't know if you guys are playing any demos on Steam or not. There's so many. Sometimes it can go overwhelming. You get in there, and you're like, "There's too many. I'm not going to pick. I'll just wait till games actually come out." And that's totally fair to approach it that way. But there were enough games that had demos that I was like, I'm curious about this one. Let me try it. And a few of those, it was kind of nice because I was like, I don't have to bother with this one. This just isn't for me. I kind of like knowing that really quickly. And there's a few of them that I'm totally sold on. So wanted to share a couple of those with you guys. Let me pull up the screen here. This first one is a game that's been on my radar for a little while. I think we've talked about it. It's called Among the Trolls.
Oh.
And it is a first-person kind of adventure survival game. Definitely, it doesn't say where it's set yet, but it definitely seems like it's set in Scandinavian type region. It's hard to know for sure, but that's kind of what it feels like.
It's a detailed bird right there.
That's right. So yeah, you start out basically. You arrive in this old abandoned cabin that you and your grandfather and your brother apparently used to spend time in, but you're there alone now. Don't know where your grandfather and brother are. You keep hearing that maybe something bad happened to them. So then it's up to you to start collecting, rocks, stones, twigs, food, and keep yourself alive and start crafting stuff. This is the crafting view, which is kind of a cool thing. Let me go back here real quick. This right here.
Like that,
and
so just kind of plops down like that.
Yeah, when you hit your inventory button, there's not an inventory screen with squares. This is your inventory screen.
Oh.
And then you have a recipe book that you pull up, and it'll tell you like, hey, bring in this many of this. It'll tell it's like hand drawn, so it kind of feels like recipes that your grandfather or you wrote out. And so then you plop those things in this little middle section where this bow is right now. And then there's a little wheel that sits right here, and you hold that, and then you'll craft the thing, and then you have it to either equip.
This is very. I don't know if y'all ever played it, but this is very Green Hell. Survival game had a very similar.
I've heard about this one. Yeah.
A similar kind of inventory crafting system. Very cool. Yeah.
And if you create a campfire and then pull out your inventory right there, then there's a campfire up there, and you can add an element of cooking to it. So you just drag any food that you want, you combine them, and then put them on the stones beside your campfire, and they'll start frying up.
Okay.
And then you can make yourself food because it is a survival game too. So you do have to eat, and it gives you all the bonuses and all that stuff. So there's definitely more of the, hey, you're getting hungry, hey, you're getting thirsty than I like in these kind of games. Sometimes that stuff can get a little bit annoying. I'm like, I don't want to refill my candy again.
Well, I took like 10 steps and I'm already like, half my bar is like completed. Yeah, no, that's Green Hell. So yeah, you're describing
I have to manage
right
these
now.
meters in real life. Why are you making me do it in a game?
And as I'm walking around during the demo, my character, she starts saying that she's really hungry and her stomach's growling. The little hunger meter was bright red, so I started looking around, and the only thing I could see that was edible was mushrooms. So I started eating all these mushrooms on the ground. I realized every one that I ate, my thirst meter dropped significantly because I guess mushrooms make you really thirsty. So I was like, crap, I got to go find water and drink. So like when you really are trying to, like I was trying to accomplish this mission I was given and this little quest that I was on, and I feel like sometimes these games make you spend a little too much time on the survival part, which I understand is appealing to a lot of people. But so to me, the jury's still out. Overall, I think it's beautiful. It's a good looking game. I like the first person's perspective. The weapons are cool. The lighting in it, as you can see in some of these clips, is really cool. I've done a little
really
hunting.
nice.
I've done a little fighting. It's a little janky, but not bad. Not bad. The fighting's okay. But yeah, overall, pretty solid when it comes to these kinds of survival adventure games. If you like these, so.
Yeah, I mean that's why there's all these different kinds. You can go your Valheim, or you can go something like this, which is like more realistic because, like you said, it's literally your inventory is just like right there physically. So
yeah, yep,
which is interesting. But
so I haven't seen any trolls yet, like these big things that you see coming out of the rock here. Looks pretty awesome. There's definitely a story involved here. There's some lore going on. There's magical stuff happening. There's a talking crow. That bird you saw at the beginning talks to you. So there's a lot of magic happening, and
like Valheim.
I'm very intrigued by it. I mean, yeah, you're right. The talking bird, but there's other characters that talk to you too. Like there's a character you run into that you don't see. All you see are these creepy hands that come around this tree, and you jump away from it, and it starts talking to you almost like a riddle, like a troll would. So I'm not sure, is that a small troll? Is that something? Is it a goblin? Like what is that thing?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of mystery.
Looks
a lot
interesting.
Of magic. Yeah, it's a cool take on this genre. So among the trolls, not too shabby. I like it. So it's still on my wish list. So that's how I'm kind of judging these. Is it still on my wish list or not? After playing the demo.
Made the cut.
Okay.
Absolutely is. Absolutely.
Wish or not.
Next one I talked about a lot last week. We don't spend a lot of time on it. But
Very excited about this one.
I still haven't jumped in, but this looks so cool.
It's really fun.
I talked my buddy into playing the demo, and he loved it. So.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. It's really great. The stuff you can already, even in the demo, even though I know it's limited, the stuff you can already create, and like this part right here, when you get your first ship and you repair it, and you've rescued these crewmates from these pirate camps, and they join you as whether you're speeding up or slowing down or turning or getting into fire, your little crewmates are running around doing all the things. Sometimes they're just hanging out. They'll climb up like on one of these ropes and just kind of chill. Like you see this guy right here. He's just kind of chill and looking. And then as soon as you adjust speed, they all jump down and start like tightening ropes. And
that's insane.
It just feels cool.
Literally what everyone wanted. Sea of whatever.
Skull and Bones. Skull and Boners.
This is like what everyone thought that game was going to be, or wanted it to be, rather.
So basically, this is the actual first quadruple A game, pirate game.
Dude, this is the real
this game is great. Yeah, this game is great. There's a huge map. There's tons to explore. I still haven't found the main pirate town yet, but I'm not that worried about advancing too much in the demo. I'm more like, give me a release date, and I'll just count on the days till I can play this thing for real. Because I'm already very much.
Look at the dude on the right there.
Yeah, like tightening. There's animations that are happening constantly. The ship battles are pretty fun. It controlled like you wanted it to. You kind of turn to the side, and you can upgrade your ship in all kinds of different ways. The boarding and fighting was hard at first. And I was really frustrated because I jumped in and there was enemies on both sides, and the game isn't really meant, at least early on, for you to be able to take on a ton of enemies at once. It's much better if you're really focusing on one. So I died pretty quick, and then when I respawned, I looked out, and my ship where we had been fighting was starting to sink. I had to rebuild it. So I was like, all right, that's kind of annoying. Okay, that's annoying. Yeah. So I don't know if the game will end up being more forgiving than that. Part of me wanted to just like, okay, if I die, my sailors should keep fighting, and I should have to get like a rowboat and get back out there to rejoin the fight or something. But it's hard to complain when the game looks this good, plays this well. Sure. The costumes that you get, the outfits you see, this phenomenal. This is the kind of stuff you can craft or find. And there's even levels of loot. There's like your common, there's rare, there's epic. So like if you're big into looting and getting really, you can see the blue versus green. And like that stuff, I love that too. And then it's got this stat scaling with certain weapons. You want to be more strength or agility or whatever. So certain weapons like a saber versus a giant poleaxe or whatever. So the combat is more in depth than something like Valheim even. So there's a lot of elements to this that I'm really digging and that are working really well already. Even though
you said the building is like,
it's
like snaps like Valheim, right?
It snaps like Valheim, and they added this other feature where you can hold it and just drag it in one direction. So you just right across if you want to, or you can just do one at a time. So they
That's what I'm
add
talking
like
about.
yeah, it's really cool. It's like the game kind of knows
Yeah.
what you're probably trying to do, and so this little
Right.
icon appears to the side of whatever you're building, and if you drag your mouse over it or the cursor over it a little bit, and you just start, if you hold in
Just
the
keep going.
button, it just
There's no
fills it
reason
all
for
in.
that stuff
Yeah.
to be hard these days. You know what I mean?
I know.
So
Yeah,
it's,
right.
it's almost like
Yeah.
inexcusable. Like whenever you're playing a game and you're like, why is the building system bad in this? Like we figured this
Yep.
one out.
Right.
This is a solved problem. You know?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
So far, the weapons and tools don't have any degradation on them, so I haven't had to like resharpen or repair anything.
Okay.
Don't know if that'll change in the main game, because part of me doesn't mind that, especially if they don't degrade too quickly. Like if I can do a good amount of exploring and fighting before I have to repair, I don't mind it. But I also don't care if they never include it. I'm fine with that too. You know, like, that's
Right.
fine. Let my
Yeah.
weapons be forever great. So they have a fast travel system already. These bells at the top you see right here, these things are
cool.
pretty easy to build. You start to get those items really early on. And so you can quickly just, as long as you're near the coast, you can just ring that little bell and then pick to instantly warp to any of the other bells. So you can set up fast travel points from island to island pretty quickly. So yeah,
Nice.
Listen, this game is great, man. I'm loving Windrose.
So happy to hear that.
It's a strong start.
This game rules. Very strong start. Yeah. So, all right. So that one's great. I also tried out this Star Fox like called
Yes.
Wild
yeah.
Skies.
Yes.
Very Saturday morning cartoon aesthetic and writing, you know, the dialogue, that kind of stuff.
Someone's gonna sue somebody so bad over this. Oh my gosh. I'm
It
so
plays
excited.
exactly like Star Fox. Like
It's it's an R wing. We're looking at an R wing. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
it's so much like Star Fox. Everything from the roll, like the demo didn't give me a lot of tutorials, but I just double clicked on the right
you
shoulder
just-
button to
yeah.
roll.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it all just came naturally.
This is Star Fox.
Listen, if
and I
Nintendo
love
won't
it.
do it, then somebody else is
Nintendo-
going to do it.
Thank you, Dan. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If Nintendo won't do it, somebody else will. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They Thanosed it. They're
So-
like, fine, I'll do it
I'll
myself.
do it
I think
myself.
it plays great. It's really fun. It's one of those things where for a demo, it does exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to see how it felt to play. It feels fun. It's a nice
Yeah.
arcade Star Fox like.
Good.
Feels great. So if it comes out at $20 or less, it's an instant buy. If it's more than that, I'll probably wait.
I bet it'll be $20. This is like a 2-3 hour
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like it's
what
something
I'm
to be
thinking.
replayed, maybe with different like routes, like in Star Fox 64.
Right.
you
Yeah,
know,
like
so you
high
gotta switch
scores.
it up.
Yes.
Mhm.
So-
Yeah.
It already had a couple secrets too, like, you know, because it's on rails, as you can see. Like it's pushing you from point A to point B across this map. You're not choosing where to go. There might be some open combat areas like Star Fox 64 had. I don't know yet. But anyway, it's pushing you from point A to point B, and there's a couple things where you're like, "Ooh, if I shot that, I probably could have gone to the right there. I missed that." Like I think there are some of those
Yeah, I gotta imagine there
off
has
the
to
beaten
be.
path. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I love
So anyway,
that.
this
I
one's
love
pretty
that.
fun. It's definitely on my wish list. It's not one that I would stay up late at night to make sure I play it right on launch. It's just really fun, very nostalgic, and the visuals are great too. I love this
How's the music?
style. It's very simple. It was a pretty basic track. It didn't stand out to me, but it was just the one
Okay.
level that I played.
Okay. Because Star Fox
so-
actually has some pretty great tunes,
Great
from
music.
what I remember.
Star
It didn't
Fox
stand out to
64
me.
is
If I
a
played it
perfect
again, I
video
might
game.
listen to it and go, "Oh, actually, the
Really
music was
Yeah.
pretty great." But
Yeah.
it didn't jump out to me.
Okay.
It felt pretty fine. It felt fine. It didn't really stand
Yeah,
out
yeah.
to me. All right. This is the first one that will not remain on my list. Why is this guy naked? What is happening?
Huh?
Yeah, I can already get it. I already get it.
So this game is
I
called
already get it.
Bylina. This game's called Bylina. I thought the
Okay.
isometric and the cool visual style, I was like, this might be something I really like. The combat did not feel right. The way that you like everything about moving around and fighting, which is what a game like this needs to be. It needs to lock those things in, and then everything else can fall into
Yeah.
place. But the combat didn't feel right. I never felt like I had great control. It was really hard to figure out who's coming at you from what direction, and it just didn't feel right. Like the swinging, I don't know. It's hard to describe until you play it. It's kind of like a platformer. You're like, the
Yeah.
jumping just didn't feel right. This combat just didn't feel quite right. I feel like everything felt too light, maybe, but enemies
Like
hit hard. I
loosey-goosey?
don't know what it was. Yeah, it did feel loosey goosey. Yeah. Oh, this naked guy. What's this about?
I mean, this guy, he's
but
just
anyway.
falling out of the sky.
So it's called. Where's the title? Here it is. It's called Bylina. If you're interested in this kind of game, go give it a try. Just warning: the voice acting, at least the characters that I heard, was awful. And maybe it was the writing that made it so bad. But like they were literally speaking in like old Shakespearean like and thou shouldst go through
God.
the brush over yonder. Like it was that kind of writing, which was weird, and it wasn't trying to be funny. I don't know. So I was having trouble with the
It's a shame
writing, but then I
because
thought
aesthetically
the
it looks
voice acting
cool.
felt like placeholder voice acting. It's like, hey, it's probably the friend of one of
Mm.
the devs who stepped in to just help him out, and that's what they used. And I
Okay.
was like, ooh, just don't do voice acting then. Just have it be
Yeah,
written.
right.
You know, like don't.
Yeah. Especially with the demo because you're trying to sell people on it, right? So
it didn't work for me. Some people might really like it. It wasn't for me though. So not wishlisted.
yeah, it's a shame. I like the look of it, but
Yeah, look how it was cool. But hey, I'm okay. Like I think Kyle has said this before too, where it's like I'm okay to like have a game. Oh, cool. I don't have to worry about this one now. Like this is not one for me.
Sure.
I don't.
I
have
like
to do
when
that
something just
anymore.
falls off my interest list. I'm like, great, yeah, I'm vindicated.
Yeah.
They're good.
I think I have
A little more
250
time
games
back
on
in
my
not
the
very
Steam wish
key,
list.
Kyle.
I
Not very
have
What's that,
250
Kyle?
games on my Steam wish list, so I have a problem.
It's P.
So,
That's a very P way to look at it. Like, I don't need that. Yeah, that's great.
I want more games.
All right, guys, but this is one that I played the demo of today, and it's on my wish list, and I'm super pumped for it. This is a stealth. Think of it like a side-scrolling stealth moonlighter. You're not really fighting.
Okay.
You're mostly sneaking around. You can set traps and use the environment to kill enemies, but you're mostly sneaking around. You can see the little circle come out of you when you're running. Like that's the noise you're making. If you fall from a distance, the circle gets bigger because you're making more noise. But the idea is to steal and rob and come back to the shop and then negotiate with people who come in. And this part right here, this is your inventory, what you have available. They'll come in and they're like, hey, I want this kind of scroll and I want a potion. You may or may not have those things in your inventory. But then you get abilities later. It's a dice rolling game. So it's almost like blackjack with dice. And here's the range right here in the green that you'll be able to get a multiplier to the price. But if you overshoot it, if you stay underneath, it'll just be you get what the base price is. If you overshoot it, they're now going to pay you 0.6, like 60% of the base price because they're mad at you for trying to oversell it. So you don't want to overdo it. So it's kind of like blackjack. So if you roll a 6 and now between 7, 8, or 9, that's a risky reroll right there because you could overshoot it. So then maybe you want to use one of your abilities, which could be it'll add 1 to 3 persuasion onto your roll automatically or whatever. But it requires a stat called focus, and you only have a certain amount of focus for each
seems
day
complex
that your store is open. So it's a pretty fun little negotiation daytime game. Think, Dave the Diver or Moonlighter or any of these games that have like a daytime shop. And then at night, it's a stealth platformer. It's not an action platformer really, although there are times when you have to kind of run and take cover. You're not really fighting. Any of the weapons you find aren't for you to use. You're this thief goblin. You're not really a fighter. So you're trying to stay hidden and just steal. And you pickpocket too. So while enemies are walking past you, let me see if there's a example of that.
The little character portraits remind me of Hades.
Oh yeah, I get that totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see here, like with the map, I mean, it's pretty big areas to explore. As you're out and about. But as you're sneaking around, if you hide like in this bush right here, and you can see like right here, he snuck up on this bad guy. You have to quickly input the code, grab what you can out of the bag before this little alert goes off and they see you. And they can kill you pretty quick. So I like it. It's a fun little game. It's called Goblin Bike.
Seems interesting.
Thief Tycoon. So I like it. So that one I do.
It's interesting.
Recommend. All right, last but not least, just wanted to, even though we talked about it before, I did play the demo for Demon Tides.
Oh, yeah. So how's the platforming feel in this one?
Platforming feels pretty good, and it's pretty intuitive. Okay. The way that you can kind of glide. The camera control is good. It's pretty forgiving. I think it's meant to be kid friendly, so it's not super difficult. Okay. At least I've only played the opening area until you get back onto another ship because your ship gets kind of wrecked at the beginning, and then you take off for the next area. But it's very, again, like Saturday morning cartoon, maybe even a little bit of like anime characters where there's a lot of like ribbing going on between characters, but they clearly they're all friends. Anyway, it's a very lovable little game.
I mean, ultimately, with something like this,
not really, but it's good.
No, because that's the thing. I don't think it's ultimately like okay, because it's a platformer, so it needs to platform well. Otherwise, there's no point of playing.
It's got to feel good.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's got to feel good.
Yeah, and it does. It does feel good to play. I think.
But if it's not doing anything memorable either, like that's kind of hard.
It's so far again early. It's early in the game. I don't know. Maybe later it does some cool stuff. It looks like you've got some pretty open free roaming that you can do, and you can wander around to find these different challenges. And so I barely scratched the surface of the game. So
Yeah.
to be fair to it, there's probably a lot more to it. I think there's a reason why it's getting all the love that it's getting. So
we had mentioned last time, and Kyle, I don't know if you know, like in this, you can transform into things. So I think that's what separates it, for kind of makes
That's
it. That's the unique thing. Yeah. So I think,
and it's like mid jumps and stuff. So like as you do your double jump, you become a bat that can then glide.
Yeah,
and then,
right.
Yeah.
You become that little like whatever that creature is that has a screw on the bottom of it. It allows you to extend your jump a little bit further.
I think it
looks
looks really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, the animation on it's pretty good. As you can see, as she's running around, they do a pretty good job. But there's elements of it that are definitely a little bit lower. You know, it's not a AAA. It's not Astrobot. So you just have to check your expectations a little bit. But for a smaller budget game, it really does deliver. And I think, you know, if you're looking for a character platformer like this, I think there's plenty here to enjoy. Reviewers, of course, all love it. So yeah, I do like it. For me, it's not I must play this. I can't wait to play it. I had fun with the demo. And it's one that I would play with my daughter. Be like, yeah, this would be fun. Let's play this together.
Yeah.
But it's not one that I would prioritize, at least at the moment. And that's mainly just because I've got other I still need to play through the Bowser's Fury add-on for Mario 3D World. You know, I never did that.
Oh yeah.
But like I'd rather do that.
I never did that either.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah,
I hope this comes to consoles though, because I do want to try it.
Yeah, it seems like a no-brainer to come to those, but who knows? Who knows? If or not. But Demon Tides is pretty solid. Yeah, I like it. So those are the main ones that I've been playing. Real quick.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to mention because I don't know if it's part of the fest that's going on. Spark Ignites. Looks like a really cool little RPG. It kind of has the HD 2D thing, but like a little bit of uniqueness where there is some like 3D kind of like elements. Like things have depth.
This looks amazing.
Did we? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Kyle, I don't know if you've seen this, but this looks phenomenal. Or at least just aesthetically. Aesthetically,
yeah, I remember this one, and I'm definitely into anything that looks like this. Yeah.
Yeah, this looks awesome. So I hope it's good.
Is this the one that I sent you guys? Every once in a while, Tim
I think you did. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw it.
Dude, look how good that snake looked in that dragon. That's so awesome.
It just looks so cool because it's kind of doing the HD 2D thing, but it's its own unique take on it. So.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if it's on. I'll check real quick to see if there's a demo of that. If there is, I'm absolutely downloading that.
I downloaded the demo, so there is one.
Oh, there is?
Yeah. I just wasn't sure if it was part of the Steam Fest or not.
Not officially, apparently, but whatever. I'm still downloading
the demo it up.
Yeah, that looks great. That's a big demo install. 11 gigs.
Was it?
What is it, Skyrim?
Yeah, what is this? HD 2D. I would not have expected it to be that big of a demo. That's cool, though. Yeah, I'm excited for that one, too. All right, so anything else that you guys are playing? Dan, what about other stuff you're playing? I mean, I know that Resident Evil just came out and is taking over your world, but anything before that launch that you were spending time gaming?
So, Tim, remember I was at 3% away from finishing Octopath Traveler 0.
You were.
And I did finish Octopath Traveler 0. So many hours.
Nice. Congrats.
Goddamn, that game is unbelievable. Holy crap. I don't, again, insane. It's insane.
0 words.
I know we've said it a million times already. Like, how is this a mobile thing? Who cares? Whatever. Like, phenomenal. Like, just what a great game.
Yep.
Kyle, I don't know if you're close to. I don't know if you've put more hours into it. Or...
You broke my heart the other day when I was like, "How close am I to the ending?" You're like, "You're not."
Well, I didn't say you're not, but I mean, you still have, I
have the whole last section left, which if it's as long as the last section before that, that's 40 hours. So.
Did you know that's why I never finished Tales of Arise? Is because I blame Dan for that. Because I was a decent way into Tales of Arise, and he was like, "Yeah, it took me like 130 hours," and I was like, "I'm never gonna finish this game." All right.
Yeah.
Well, also, I like wander around and
he's
do
staring
stuff.
at cliffs for 40 of those hours.
I know he's staring at cliffs. You're right, Kyle. He stares at cliffs. I should have thought about that.
Come on.
There's no way Tales of Arise is 130 hours for the average person. I bet we could look up on how long to be right now, and it's 40 hours.
Yeah, at least just, like, 60 hours of that was cliff staring. At least
cliff staring.
And 100%, chasing down every, fetch.
That's right. I spent 113 hours in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I think 100 of those hours were just making potions. just doing alchemy
Well,
stuff.
there you
So
go. There you go.
I get it.
But you have
I
to do it
totally
by
get it.
hand.
Okay,
you know,
so
you have
Tales
to
of
do it by hand.
Arise has an average main story of 41, main plus extra at
Said
56,
40, yeah,
completion
that's
is
exactly.
74.
Every
So
Tales
there's a lot
game
of
is like
cliff
40
stands.
All
hours
right,
long.
but did I say 130 though? Because that's insane.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
probably
it
making
is
that up.
insane. Yeah, maybe some of that's got to be idle time. It does count whenever you just like suspend a game and turn your system off. It
I don't
does.
know
they
what
need
you
to figure
said.
that.
I know.
They need to figure that.
Yeah.
They do.
I made that number.
You know when my
I said
console's off, don't
130.
keep the countdown going. Yeah.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
Kyle, I
Yeah.
will say, I don't think you have 40 more hours. I would say maybe
bet it's
closer to
20.
like 15, 20. Yeah, 15,
Yeah,
20. So
20 seems right to me. Yeah.
yeah. But like, my God, that
Insurmountable.
last section is so cool. Just the whole
Yeah.
game is cool. But like, it really, like when we were talking about it and you kind of like made me realize like, oh yeah, it does kind of weave in and out of like there's 3 paths in the beginning, and then it kind of like funnels into like one main thing, and then it funnels
Yeah.
back out to 3, and then back
I like
to 1.
that it's
so.
like 3 stories, hyper focused story, then 3 stories again. Like
Yeah,
the resolution of the original 3 stories. I was like,
Yes.
the I don't know. That really worked for me. The pacing of the storytelling and stuff.
And Tim brought up Final Fantasy VI, and I was like, oh yeah, kind of that too, because there's sort of like all these different like things going on with different characters and sort of different things happening, which is cool too. Which is kind of more akin to the portions where there's the 3 main stories going on with 3 different conflicts and stuff. There's just different people kind of interacting with you, and what a great game, man! What a great game, and also. The main theme of the final boss, Kyle, like that song is unbelievable. It's like one of my new favorite like songs ever.
Oh, great!
It's unbelievable.
Nice.
It's
I'm sure it's a really easy
track.
fight too. I'm sure it's incredibly easy. And
yeah, no,
not at all.
Well, I mean,
long fight.
I was a little OP, but that's just because that's how I roll.
Yeah,
so
I've been OP this whole game. Yeah, there hasn't been unlike 2. I haven't had anything like be like a difficulty hit for me, and I'm far enough in the game to know if I hit a difficulty spike yet or not. So
I will say the last fight is challenging. It is challenging, but it's not like it wasn't brutal, but definitely challenging.
Well, I just want to say congrats on finishing the game in 2026. We are almost
2
months into the year, and I have not completed the game, even one that held over from last year yet. I've got a bunch that
I beat Baldur's Gate 3 this year, and only 4 of those hours were in this year, but we don't have to. We're not counting. I got beat in this year. So.
That's
my only game,
I
have not.
I had mentioned I started Winterboro with my wife.
Oh yeah.
On the last episode, and we've played more. That game is so charming. It's so unbelievably charming.
Have you knitted any sweaters for any of your animal friends yet? Have you knitted?
Well, for me, yes. For your mouse main character, yes.
Okay.
It's a really cute game, and the survival elements are like manageable. It's not like they're not egregious. Like it's just like
and you get to rebuild your little burrow. You get to like upgrade stuff, like the stairs are broken.
Yeah, you can make
like
furniture and stuff. Yeah, and kind of fix some things up. It definitely has some sads, which I mean, I think we kind of anticipated from the trailer when they showed it.
Not summer.
Yeah,
burrow,
it's
you know.
No, it's not summer burrow, it's winter burrow. But it's really charming. So if you like survival games at all, like it's just a little more chill, but like you do have to like be wary of like because you're out in the winter and you're a little mouse, like you do get cold. So like that's kind of like at the most like thing that you have to focus on survival element wise. Because like eating is just like, oh, okay, well you find plenty of things to eat. It's just more the staying warm is the real battle, but it's not too difficult. So
nice,
but it's very charming.
That's good.
It's very charming.
Winter burrow. That's a good way to counterbalance your Resident Evil Requiem. Is to be a cute little mouse.
Yes, it's very true. It's very true. It's very true.
It's important. Well, Kyle, what about you? Anything else you've been playing especially before Requiem came out?
Yeah, the only thing I've been playing, and I'm about 4.5 hours into it, it's a re-release of a game that came out last year called East 10, and this is like the Persona 5 Royale version of that. It's like it's got extra endings and extra middle parts and extra content.
Yeah, the Nordics, right? We mentioned this real briefly last
Proud
week.
Nordics, and it's a Switch 2 game, and boy, this game is very good. It's so cool. It's Viking themed, and there's all these there's ship battling mechanics, not unlike a very like tuned down version of like Assassin's Creed, like ship to ship kind of battles and stuff like that.
Okay.
And this game, the combat in this game is incredible. Like your 2 characters are like bound by this like handcuff, so like you're kind of using two characters at the same exact time.
Hmm.
Together, switching between them together, doing team up
Switching?
attacks that you initiate
Yeah.
yourself. You do switch, you can't control one or the other. So if like you run out of mana with one person, you can switch to the other, whether mana like replenishes and use hyper moves with the other person, or you can do this
Okay.
like by holding R2, the Nintendo version of R2, to like do team up attacks together and stand side by side. And again, like she's like a Viking princess, and you're always the same adult guy who just kind of stumbles into adventures, and this is just another one of his like random adventures, and I think it's incredible. The last East game I played and really enjoyed was 8. So I'm sorry, 8. So this is 10. 9 I thought was fine, but
The style of this is
combat in
very
this
cool.
series, I think the combat in this series is incredible, man. And this one is like the best version of the combat so far. It's all real time. There's no like switching. Now it's in this time or whatever. Or it's in turn based or whatever. It's all real time. Really cool parrying and dodging mechanics and stuff like that. It's really good, man. I think this game is incredible. So if ever goes on sale, I highly recommend this one. Get the Switch 2 version. Yeah, here's the ship stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. Very, very, very fun game. And all the East games are like it's the same character, but like none of the stories are connected. I'm going on it's a serial. It's like I'm going on a new adventure, and this is his new adventure. Maybe his best friend that's in most of the games are like with him or whatever, but like, yeah, you don't have to like have any kind of prior knowledge to any of the games.
I was gonna say you gave Dan a panic attack when you said 10. He was like, I can't play 10.
Yeah,
games.
you got to play
I can't
9
catch
before
up.
this one. So
Gotta play
sorry,
all of them. I gotta know what his previous adventures are, Kyle. I mean,
yeah, it's true. I think this is earlier in the timeline too. So if you are a continuity,
that's even more
person,
confusing.
So it's out of order.
It's all out of order, man. You got to.
What is this, Metal Gear Solid? Metal Gear Solid. Like,
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what
Japanese is Metal Gear Solid. Yeah.
yes.
That's great. I'm glad you played this because we briefly brought it up last week because we were going through new releases and neither one of us were playing. We're like, oh, this looks cool, and then we kind of didn't have much to say about it because we're not playing it.
Yeah. Apparently, this is like the bona fide version to play, so I'm glad I slept on it. So last year, so I could play this version of it. I think this is on everything. I don't know if this. I don't think
you
this
said
is just
you
a
were
Switch
playing Leaf Green, right? Or no?
I'm playing Fire Red.
Yeah, same
Fire
here.
Red.
I'm doing Fire Red. Yeah.
All right, so tell me a little bit about your thoughts on that so far. I know we already talked Pokemon a little bit, but what are your thoughts on that so far?
This nostalgia through and through, and I love it. I think it's so great. All the tunes are all coming back to me, even though I know this is like an updated soundtrack. Well, not current day, but like this was an updated soundtrack to the original Red and Blue. But a lot of the tunes are still the same. It's just upgraded sound chips between those two systems, that made the sounds and music a little crisper, a little nicer, a little more robust. So I love it, man. I love this game. It's the original 151. Again, it's great. I mean, it's the original Red and Blue storyline, the anime style storyline. I mean, like this is like what I grew up with. This is what I think about, when I think about Pokemon.
Yeah.
So even though I
know
played them
now
all,
we're kind of spoiled with all the Pokemon that are out there, but I still remember every time you caught a new one, and I was like, I've never seen this one before, and you catch it, like that was a dopamine hit that I didn't know existed.
Big time.
That's the magic that I love about Pokemon the most. It's still just like, oh, what is this gonna look like when it evolves? And being either upset or be like, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah, sometimes they evolve and they look really dumb. So
yeah,
it happens.
Exactly.
It happens.
Exactly.
Or not dumb, but maybe not as cool. Like I remember Scyther, and then he became Scizor, and I was like, no, get back, give me Scyther back. Scyther's way cooler.
Yeah.
Oh, the red one, I like his evolution. The steel.
I like him.
The steel
Scyther
form.
just looks cooler.
Yeah.
He looks way cooler.
I think Scyther looks cooler too. Yeah.
But anyway, dude, you seriously have me thinking maybe I should go buy this because the nostalgia.
It's great, man. Yeah, it just reminds me of just how like games didn't like hold your hand at all back then, man. Not even like kids games. Like you have to like really figure this game out. Luckily a lot of like my memories are intact, so I kind of know where to go next. Just from that, but like, there's a lot of
because we were tougher back then, Kyle. Okay, we were raised in the streets.
Tougher as gamers.
It also taught you to like speak to all the NPCs because usually that's what it was. It was talk to an NPC and it says something. Yeah.
Or just little things that you might miss if you don't like interact with everything and go in every little house. It's just
yes.
What a treat this game is to like replay. When they announced it last week or whatever, I was like, I'm buying this. Yeah, I'm totally gonna replay this because again, I've never played this one. I only played the original Red and Yellow, or Blue and Yellow.
It's got the GBA bells and whistles.
Yeah,
it does.
It's a sharp looking game still, man. I love it.
Yeah, I'm glad you're playing that one a lot. I think I'll be going to be joining you here shortly. That might be my counterbalance to Resident Evil Requiem when I'm like,
It's great.
all right,
I
my
needed
heart rate
it.
needs to
That's a
calm
good
down a little bit.
Yeah,
counterbalance.
I really needed
It's
it.
a good
Yeah,
counterbalance.
like it is the perfect palate cleanser.
Because as literally, in my opinion, as perfect as the Resident Evil experience is as a horror game, there are times I'm like, I gotta just chill out. Maybe go watch something. Like that's just too much. After a while,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's enough. That's enough.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
felt the
need-
same
I
way
need
during
more.
7 and 8 too. I was like, all right, I'm playing this in like 2-hour chunks maybe until I get to the end. That's kind of how I did it. But and again, it's not necessarily that it is too scary. It's more like, after a while, like my hands are too sweaty. I am too tense. I'm getting a headache. It's time to just
Yeah.
chill out
Knees
for
are
a little
weak.
bit and then come
Palms
back.
are sweaty.
Yeah,
Mom
it's true.
spaghetti.
Yeah, Mama spaghetti. So you get
Yeah.
it. You get it.
Also, one last thing about there's a part in Resident Evil 9 where like Claire like walks up to like a toilet that like is filled with like filth, and like there's a
Yeah.
prompt for her to
Oh,
just
Grace,
like
you
open
mean?
Grace. I'm sorry, not Claire. Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
a prompt for her to like lift up the
It
toilet.
has like
like
maggots and
I'm like,
stuff in there.
there's no reason to like. There's nothing in there. Like that's gross. Like, wash your hands too, man.
I thought it was gonna make
Dude.
us stick the hand in there.
So did I. I was
honestly
like, there's
thought
an
that.
item in here.
Yeah.
There's an
Yeah,
item, and I'm gonna
yeah.
get it because it's probably bullets, and I have like one, so I
Someone
need
watch Train Spotting. I get it. Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's certainly
Claire,
there's a number of
wash
those.
your hands. I'm sorry, Grace. Wash your hands. That's my
Yeah,
ending.
definitely.
To all this. That's my thoughts.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm loving that game. I'll play a little more of it tonight before I try something a little less, heart stopping. But
Mm-hmm.
it's been a not even a surprise, but it's just been a great experience to see a game with this much hype deliver, and we're having a blast with it. So I'm looking forward
I'm
to
very
playing it more,
happy.
talking about it more next week.
Yeah.
But
too.
hey, March is going to be a heavy hitting month, so I am hoping to cruise my way through
Sure.
Requiem over the next week and a half or so, because there's a lot of other stuff that's about to start hitting here in the
Mhm.
month of March, and that's even with stuff like Replaced getting bumped back to April, which is
It
totally
needed to be
fine. I played the
bumped.
demo for that too.
Yeah.
The demo
Yeah.
for that is amazing. The game is gorgeous.
I don't
I
need it in the way
cannot
of like
wait.
Crimson Desert and stuff. It needs to
Yeah,
just be
Crimson
somewhere
Desert
else.
on the
Yeah.
19th. That's right. That's right. So anyway, thank you guys for watching and listening. Thank you guys for being here to chat. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.